What up?
Right. So we are back with another one.
Hello.
Episode number 10.
And
Woo!
And another one.
We made the double digits.
Yes, sir.
Which is interesting. Yeah. We made it a while. Yeah.
Why is it interesting?
I don't know. I'm not sure I was confident in making it to week 10.
Why?
I don't know, just whatever may or may not happen.
There's a lot of different lives coming to the table.
I didn't think that we'd go. I didn't necessarily think we'd go 10 weeks.
Damn, that's 10 weeks. Yeah, that is long. I didn't think so either, to be. I definitely did not have faith in myself.
10 weeks and really a little longer than that because we couldn't really release episodes.
We really have.
True, it was really probably like 12 weeks in. We're probably 12 weeks in. Really.
Probably.
I think
so what's been going on? Y'all saw they just killed another guy out there.
I didn't feel as though it wasn't going to work. I never felt like that. I just felt like it was something new to add to my plate of right
I never doubted it, honestly. I never did.
I didn't doubt it, but I doubted the fact to be able to be as consistent as we are.
I never thought that I didn't fall through.
I figured we would at least skip the week.
Like we've been filming literally every week. Like,
I don't know. I'm a consistent person, so
I don't know.
I tend to if it's a schedule, if it's on the schedule, I'll do it. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
So like I had it in I had it in my mindset like, to do. So I don't know. I guess stuck to it.
Getting it done.
But how's y'all weekend?
So how are you all? Same question. I had a really good weekend. How about you?
What y'all do?
That's all right.
I feel like you had a really good weekend too.
How you gonna tell me how you gonna tell me how my weekend?
Because I saw you. I seen you.
You see me do what?
Play the game.
All right,
and that's all you said you wanted to do.
Yeah, I said I wasn't doing shit this weekend.
That sounds amazing.
I think that's a good weekend.
I ain't do shit. I am starting to sort of kind of get back in the groove of some things. If anybody wants a custom mask or some shit, hit me up. You know, I can't really do much else, so I'm trying to make money the ways that I can. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for me. Just came up with an idea, found some suppliers, shit like that.
That's what's up.
That's it.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I still think that's a good weekend.
That's very productive.
Let's see.
Yeah. So Bree, what did you do?
I feel like my weekend wasn't as productive as yours. I wasn't in the house yesterday. Where did I go?
You was in the streets?
I went to stores. Oh, IKEA opened back up, and I was just looking for another big plant. Yeah, so I get like my bigger plants from IKEA, and I don't know. Have y'all been to the IKEA?
Do you know this fool came back with more plants?
Wow.
Two more plants, bro.
Nice plants,
we're not talking about those plants right now. But
she didn't even make it to IKEA.
I didn't go
It's
to
a whole different
IKEA
store.
because, like, you know how you go into the parking garage? The literal line was meeting me, like, almost at the edge of the parking garage. And I was just like, nope, because people don't go into IKEA and come right back out. They be in there for a minute.
Around.
So I was just like,
Don't they have a restaurant
maybe
in
I'll just
IKEA?
try during the week.
That's a good date idea. If you can walk around IKEA with a girl and enjoy yourself, then
I
she
might
have
a chance.
I don't like going to the mall.
I mean,
and you can eat in the cafeteria if you want. You can get a little cinnamon bun at the end.
It's a lot.
maybe.
Like, oh yeah, we made it. IKEA's it's a
I like
theater.
going to IKEA by myself.
Yeah, I would say
We're
I'll
not
say
gonna
the
make
same
it.
shit. Like,
It's one of my
I hate
favorite
going
places.
shopping with Amber. Period.
I don't
for
like
anything.
But I don't like going and sitting in stores for a long time. I don't like shopping in stores. I don't like going to malls. I don't like being anywhere in any place for too long.
That's a lie.
I do not like wandering around IKEA or Walmart or the mall and shit like that. I really don't enjoy it.
I don't mind
You've
wandering.
been in the mall for a long time.
That's because I'm searching for something. I
I ain't
really have my mind set on something. I'm gonna go in there and get, and I'm gonna leave. Or if I can't find it, then that means I have to go from store to store to find it. But I always go in there on a mission. I don't just go in there to be.
Yeah, you better than me.
Yeah.
I go in there one store. If they ain't got what I want in there, I'm going to fuck home. I ain't walking around this bitch.
I always feel as though like I end up going store to store when I'm looking for something specific, which is why I hate shopping that way. So I like to just kind of pop up on things. Well, not pop up, like kind of wander around and find things.
Most of the
might
time,
as well just, that's worse.
Most of the time, I'm ordering online.
But I mean, when I do stuff like that, I'm not looking for anything.
Yeah,
that's just me wanting to get out this.
I'm saying,
house.
as far as time, that's why I don't like going over with her. She does explain right there.
Oh yeah,
that
was me. So where did I go? I went to IKEA.
Target for an hour and a half.
And IKEA didn't have what I needed, and I was like, okay, well I can hit the Target at Atlantic Station. I was like, nah, I want to go to Home Depot, and then I was like, oh, I can go to Home Goods too. So I went to Home Goods and Home Depot, and the Target that's up in Buckhead. I totally forgot about like the looting and things like that. So that Target was closed, and I was like, no, I gotta backtrack. And then I had
I just that is a lot.
But I did get 2 new plants.
Well, you came out with something,
and I'm really
so that's
excited.
what's up.
Were you planning to get more plants, or was that just like more plants?
Yes.
I
was going
to get a plant yesterday, so I stumbled across this page on Instagram where it's like reparations paid through plants. So it's like white people who have like a bunch of plants who just say, hey, these are the type of plants that I have. Do you want one?
That's cool.
Yeah. So yes. So that's what I did yesterday. I went to this little shop.
That's a white plant
in Punt City Market.
That's a white plant.
No, it's in a black household.
But it was a white plant before.
It's adopted. No, it's a black child.
That's a white
Definitely
plant.
A white
it's a black child. Anyways, so I'm excited, and then I kind of like wandered around their little plant store, and I found another plant. So
how did that? You don't get rid of old plants, or say, okay, yeah, I'm tired of this plant. You just keep them all?
No, I just keep them, and either they stay alive or they don't stay alive, and then I move on.
Hey, you can't say these things when you're trying to start a plant business. You say you get rid of them. Now they die.
No, I mean, but that happens with plants. I mean, let's just be honest. Like, you may kill a plant. It's okay.
Nah, your shit live forever.
No, I just feel as though what I am learning is that I have this one plant. I'm actually looking at it right now. It's like really, really dramatic. And like I said it to Aaron, and Aaron's like, "What are you talking about?" But I think he sees now what I'm talking about is a very dramatic plant.
The plant?
And it's. Yes, so I didn't water it initially when I first got it because I tried to get it on like a routine with the rest of my plants, and it just started to like wilt, and I was just like, oh, okay, whatever. So then I like went and watered it, and then it came back to life, and then I had to move it because it started to yellow just a little bit. So I guess it either doesn't like the sun that it was receiving, so it's either receiving too much sun or it was too much water, and it's a lot.
The plant is dramatic.
But I don't
because
like straw plants.
Like it's either like. I don't know. I can see like highs and lows with the plant.
Do you talk to the plants?
Some of them, when I'm like playing with them or watering them. Yes, but this one, I don't know. It may not last long. It's a smaller plant. I feel like it's really easy to kill smaller plants. Their roots aren't as strong as a bigger plant, so it's okay. It was a little $6 plant. I'm not going to cry about it. Now that cactus, I'll be upset.
Your weekend or your week?
How was your weekend?
It's been a very busy week. I just feel like time flies between when we film one Sunday and when we film the next. Like, it's just like, I just can't, I don't know. It's like, time is just running quicker for me right now. But as far as the weekend, I worked. I had 2 exams. It was, I got it all done. Despite the little hiccup of me getting over this like little sick thing. But, speaking of clothing line, shout out to Jill, Raising Beast Clothing Line, and Athletic Wear. She is a Black Atlanta entrepreneur. Her female rideshare company is supposed to be starting up soon in Atlanta. Her ride, so be sure to check that out. I finally got it. I was really excited about getting this shirt because I selected my own color. You can customize it, and I have been waiting on it. I was supposed to have it by my birthday, but it's cool. I got it now. I love it. It's dope. But that was like the highlight of my weekend. Other than that, like,
we got tested for coronavirus.
Oh yeah, we got tested for COVID-19.
I think they gave us the coronavirus by us getting tested. I wish we never did it.
He thinks I got sick because of that, but I don't think that was it.
That's exactly why. I think they're, and I will know whenever our results come back if they say, oh, we have it. But I think we're giving us the coronavirus.
No.
This ain't even real wood, I don't think.
It is real wood. Don't play my table, dog.
But yeah.
Don't you even
I wasn't trying to play.
Like I would have fake wood.
It's not your table. It's not just your table.
You know how old? I had this table before I knew Drew.
Okay.
This is a good table.
Baggage.
It didn't move from Southside Atlanta to Midtown to Northside Atlanta to Dallas, Texas. What do you mean? What are you talking about? You're such a fucking hater.
We got
hater.
Drew, that table done seen some
niggas.
Oh my God.
This table has no. Because Drew didn't come to my apartment for 2 to 3 months when he met me. So he can kiss my ass.
I hate it so much.
I don't even want to get here no more.
Drew can kiss my ass.
Nigga been here before Drew.
It done been here for a long time. This is a really good table. A table that you eat at.
I know I felt bad spirits at this table.
Oh nah, nigga, do not do that because
you gotta stage the table.
He's the nigga who said, "Oh, she must got a boyfriend because I ain't never seen her at her place. She ain't never invited me over."
That has nothing to do with the fact.
Yes, it does. I'm very particular about who I have over my place before I met you.
But
so you can chill out.
Other people have ate at this table before me.
Yeah, my daddy, my siblings, my brothers. My friends have ate at this table. It's been around for a long time, so don't sit up here and piss on this table. Because did you have a table?
I can't even hear you, B.
Did you have a table?
Ooh,
because Amber came with a table.
You're taking the table. What are you doing?
Amber came with a table, y'all. And guess who invited him a seat at this table?
Why are you doing this? Well,
I invited him a seat at my table. Okay.
Thank God you came with something.
At my table, I came with full furniture set,
Thank
TV,
God there was something
table,
positive.
all the time. I came with my shit. He's such a hater. Such a fucking hater. You a fucking hater.
I made
that was a hating ass statement.
To say, other niggas ate
that was a hating statement. Why would you say something like that? You see what you started? You're a hater.
You see what you started? Aaron started.
He started
with that
goddamn remark he made.
Drew said, I just got in there.
Yeah, Aaron just kind of like, threw a little salt on it. But Drew came with the meat.
So now you starting the pot.
Drew came with the meat. Aaron just threw a little dash on it. That's okay.
But we got tested coronavirus. I think that they gave us coronavirus. It wasn't that bad. Like they stick up a long thing up your nose.
It's a Q-tip. An extended Q-tip.
Super long, but it's real thin. But you feel it. Amber said it feel like water going up your nose.
Yeah,
it didn't feel like that to me.
It felt like diving into a pool and all the water just getting shoots up your nose.
But it was super weird and awkward. And I normally don't do shit like that because I think if the government do free shit, that it's them giving you some crazy shit.
I did it because we're going to see my dad for Father's Day, and he is older. He's like 60 plus. So, and I know we've been around other people. So
but
I wanted to make sure we get tested before we go out there.
Though, because we can still contract.
We haven't.
Before we drive out there. So it really didn't make sense.
But I still, I like to take
I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to be the person to say
it didn't make sense.
That you're gonna go see other people after you get the test.
I'm still going to work after that. So you would still get it after you get the test.
But when do symptoms start showing up?
It doesn't matter when the symptoms start showing. We may never. It doesn't matter.
You can still have it if you don't have the symptoms.
Still transfer it to anybody.
I don't know. I guess I just feel better about getting tested knowing that I'm negative.
Is it
dormant?
It made no sense.
Well, we did it, and it was an experience. So everyone should get tested for COVID-19.
I suggest don't. But I
thought about it. I wanted to, but I don't know.
Don't.
The people who are getting tested in quarantine are helping prevent it from spreading. Like, how can you quarantine if you don't know you have it?
Do you think people? You think people are quarantining when they figure out they have coronavirus?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would. Yeah. I would tell my job I have COVID and stay home for 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, most definitely.
All right.
I would most definitely.
The only thing I can think of is
that
message you sent about that manager's husband or something had it and just was openly going to.
Yeah, that's the thing. And he got tested, and people. That's nobody.
That's very ignorant. That's like you having AIDS and going around.
But the thing is, you cannot control. Even if somebody don't go to work, you think they're gonna quarantine and stay inside, even though they're getting paid from their job. You think they're gonna stay in the house for 2 weeks?
I can't speak for everybody else, but I know
that's the whole thing about it. So it's like.
You can never speak for everybody, but what you can speak to is what you would do. And what I would do is
I wouldn't say just go get tested. Like you said,
I would stay at home. If they told me I had it, told me I had it by Tuesday, I would stay my ass at home. I would not go out.
But is there some real weight to that and some truth to it? That's some lawsuits.
No, I'm sure that there is truth to it. She included a group message from something that she ain't sent. People were sending her messages. Oh, we all gotta go get tested for coronavirus. Mm-hmm. Anybody who's worked there in the last week.
Oh, that's what she was saying. She was saying they need to.
Yeah, it's in the thread because there's more than one picture. it's more than one picture in that thread, and I read the message and shit. She was basically saying like, over the weekend there was like over 100 people there, and there's no way for them to contact everybody who was in Juicy Crab. And they just wanted to go viral, so just in case if you were there, you can go get tested if you.
How can you?
But there's no real way to get it because if somebody has cash, like if you got cash, there's really no record that you were there. If you went in there and paid with cash, there's no record you were there.
The thing is like once you outside, there's no like you're putting yourself at risk.
Yeah, that's why I be trying to tell her goofy ass to stay in the house unless it's necessary. She want to go outside and just go to stores and shit just because. I'm like, I understand that you like don't. That you like kind of sick of being in the house, but ain't none of that shit worth it. That shit gonna be there.
For me, why I don't go outside now, but I wouldn't mind to, is for the fact that I'm working in the airport. Like really and truly, I probably had coronavirus.
I doubt you had it.
Drew, you have asthma.
I'm saying that's I done probably had coronavirus.
You've had asthma attacks just off of the pollen, and
you don't
think
I thought you would.
You don't think you would know you had COVID?
You might have had it.
Have you seen the symptoms of COVID?
But the thing you gotta remember,
Drew? You can barely breathe just having asthma. You don't think you would be able? You don't think you would notice if you had COVID?
I'm just saying, like, I'm not gonna say, I'm not gonna go to a store.
You're highly favored.
I'm gonna say I'm not gonna go to the store because I don't want to interact with people when I work in the airport.
Drew, you haven't had it.
If that makes sense.
You have
like it wouldn't really.
Yeah, I think you would know.
But I don't know.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but I still think you can. I still think you can manage your exposure risk. Like if you have to go to work. All right, that should be like the maximum that you want to suscept yourself to, like the possibility of getting it. Like I wouldn't be like, oh fuck it, I'm going to work. Fuck, I'm just going anywhere and everywhere now because I'm already going to work.
Yeah.
Like because you might not see those people in Walmart that you will see at your job.
Yeah. You're cutting down.
Like those are a whole different set of people. Yeah.
I just think it's crazy because they had that Travis Porter concert last night, which
I heard about
like
that, yeah.
So it was supposed to be this like car parking lot concert, which
Nobody
in theory it sounded like a great idea.
Travis,
yeah, like a throwback like concert. And it sounded like it would have been fun. And when I looked at like the videos, I was like, wait a minute. Y'all outside the car.
Everybody was in the front.
On top of the car.
In the front.
Y'all are like
together,
crowding.
Not in their cars, watching it like they're
God.
It was just a lot.
I feel like they did that. They knew that was gonna happen. They did it just so that they could say, "Oh, we're going by the rules and shit."
I don't know, but it's just like that. That was a lot. And then Edgewood is still jumping. People still bar hopping.
I just want to see like what. People still if it's going to go up drastically, if the number of COVID cases, because right now, if the way I'm talking about, like I want to see like it has. I haven't really looked at it too much.
It has,
but like,
say, nigga, you just said you had your highest day last week.
Like it's been going up drastically, like millions of cases.
Are you saying like you want to see like a spike, maybe?
Yeah, like a spike.
Shit, it's
like
been spiking.
Okay.
Boom. No, it hadn't did like a huge spike. It has not.
So you want to see like a huge
increase? It's been a trend and going up. It's been an upward trend.
Yeah.
That's what's been going on.
Shit, upward trend is scarier than a spike.
We'll see. I know. I mean,
who said it's scarier than a spike?
Yeah, because the upward trend means that it's a trend of going up. A spike can be a fluke.
Yeah. Because it's been consistently going up. That's the thing. Like, it's scary.
Yeah. I really just think that that's it for 2020.
But y'all, you know, the whole Wendy's situation, I really I need to look it up. Where's your phone? Because I want to know the guy's name who got killed outside of Wendy's. Drew said they burned that Wendy's down. The one over in Atlanta.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, and by the way, that highway, it was right there.
Yeah, that's why I was like, it's a bridge right there.
Yeah, that's what I said.
So, yeah, that place kind of hit like too close for home for me. Only because that's the neighborhood that I taught in. Dang. And I know like a lot of like my kids were out there kind of just like in the midst of the chaos. And like I understand like you want to protest and you want to be seen. Like a lot of my kids really just want to be seen. Mm-hmm. And I feel like nothing is wrong with wanting to be seen, but all of you don't have the proper guidance right now. So it's just like, go home. Yeah. So that was just the whole thing with trying to make sure like our kids were safe. Well, my former kids were safe because that's their neighborhood.
And his name was Rayshard Brooks. And I saw the footage of him running away. I guess he was trying to run away from the officer. He grabbed a taser or something. And the officer shot and killed him. But to me, I feel like there are precautions and measures taken to detain someone. And that's what they're trained to do in circumstances like that. You don't just like shoot and kill. Like it's been you know, white people who are detained and, you know, barely with a scratch or anything on them. But I just feel like your instinct is to kill him.
I was watching a video. A video yesterday where a white dude got tased. Took the taser out, started yelling at the cop, and then chased the cop, and the cop ran away from him.
It was like in a cul-de-sac.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah, and then he got in his car and then like crashed into the car. He tried to get in the patrol car, and then got in his own car, crashed into the cop car.
All of that. All of that.
I don't understand why
ending a life. That's crazy.
Yeah, why can't you de-escalate with minorities?
But the thing is, everything that everybody's presenting to the table to change it is super irrelevant. Like defund the police and stuff, but it's not gonna help it. Or even, and as crazy as it may sound, even voting, because I think what the issue is the way these people think. The way their whole
mindset. That's why I try to say all the time. People look at me like I'm crazy.
Yeah, like because
none of that shit mean nothing. The laws are already in place where you technically can't.
That's illegal. What they're doing,
how they think.
But unless you change, because like there's stuff like they talk about systematic racism. There's stuff like affirmative action in place to you have to hire a certain amount of black people. Yeah, they hire it, but that you could get hired, but you're not gonna get treated the same. Like there's like you can't the laws. You can have the laws there, but it's like it's people's hearts and minds that have to change. I think. That's what really has to change for there to really be a change in the whole racism and systematic race. That has to change, I think. If that makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I say we're not gonna see no change in our lives.
Needs to be scratched.
Yeah, I think the police system needs to be revamped.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Because I don't understand
But how do you police the police though?
I don't know how you can police the police, but I just think it's crazy that their training is all of.
Yeah.
But what does that mean? You can be a racist with a degree.
I think they should be psychologically evaluated.
Get paid more.
I think they should,
get
be
higher
paid
qualified
more.
people.
I feel like they need a psychology
background.
Yes, I feel like they should, be well versed culturally. They've been around different groups.
Because right now, you just go to a police academy.
You can't grow up in an all white neighborhood and then become a police officer. I feel like you need to be fluent in other aspects. You have to have been around like different types of people. I feel like that should be a part of the description. You can't just grow up in this bubble and then now the
police academy and a gun and
now you're.
That's what I'm trying to think.
It just doesn't make any sense.
If I think back to like my education courses in college, just being like a black person going to a PWI, they had like urban education classes where it's like they taught white people how to, I guess, kind of like navigate the spaces with dealing with like inner city schools or just dealing with people that come from lower SES and that not necessarily have the same beliefs or backgrounds or just way of doing things as you do. And it's just like, why do you push this in education and we work with people day in and day out, but you don't push it with police officers who literally work with people day in and day out? Like you don't teach them any like relevant pedagogy or anything.
Then they don't get paid enough. So if somebody if you're gonna pay me $42,000 to protect and risk my life, like that's crazy.
That's what you signed up for.
Yeah, but the thing is they signed up for it.
But look, you gotta think about it too. Think about it this way. She just said that she learned that, and teachers don't get paid shit either.
I think, but the thing is, if you look at that also, it's the same even there. I think teachers should get paid way more for teaching kids.
Yeah. No, I should.
But it's not a really respected.
Which is
field.
wrong. Which
it's
is
like,
crazy.
it's honorable.
Which is crazy.
And it's like, I admire you for doing this, but.
The way how you change society is by having
that money that they're taking away from the police will go into like the education system.
No, it's not.
Will go into mental health care. Will go into other things.
Could.
Like I mean, you can say that all day, but you don't know. You don't know that. Like that's what the purpose. That's what they're saying that would be the result of defunding them. I mean, I like the point that I had reposted. Chance the Rapper was like they've been defunding education for years. They don't give a fuck about getting kids new books and shit. They don't care about, any of the new programs. They taking away programs. Like they don't do none of that shit for education. But all of our money, all of our tax dollars are going into, them killing us. Like it just doesn't make any sense.
They need to
they can defund education, but they can't defund the police.
Teachers and police need to make more
money. For me, they ain't helping me.
Teachers and police.
The police ain't really helping me do shit.
They need to make more money. They need to be more qualified people, I think. Because right now,
I think they need to be more qualified. I think their training needs to be a lot longer.
Yeah, a lot longer.
For instance, what is it? I think police academy is what, a couple of months?
Yeah, short as shit.
Versus like when you think about like lawyers who need to know the law, right? Back there in school
4 years of school,
years.
Yeah. Be a cop.
So it's like, how can you have a cop that's supposed to like uphold the law 11 weeks?
Yeah.
So you have 11 weeks to learn.
So next week on the podcast, somebody could have became a cop.
We could have been police officers.
We could have been police officers.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Next week, I'm about to start writing niggas tickets.
Exactly. It's sad.
Citizen arrest.
I just feel like you can't be. I feel like there has to be like really. There has to be levels to it. Like they need to have these courses. They need to be evaluated. Like we need to know the headspace of these people. We need to know how they grew up. Like all of these things need to be taken into account. Like when you become a police officer. Like I don't know. Have y'all ever seen the show Watchmen? Have y'all ever heard of it?
I didn't watch it. I was gonna watch it. I didn't watch it because I didn't continue it for the next season. So I was like, ain't no point in watching it.
It's good. It's really good. But it like touches on. It basically is like, you know, a different universe where in Tulsa, Oklahoma, y'all know they had like this big like, you know, riot and like a whole bunch of black people were massacred, and basically black people get their reparations in this universe, and they it's called Radfordation or something like that, and black people get reparations and they start businesses and are doing all of this and that, and all the police officers' identities are sealed, but they also have more measures and precautions taken in order to, I guess, prevent killings. Like the police officers can't even pull a gun without getting clearance from a higher up. They can't even take out their gun without calling it in. So to me, I was thinking like, damn, like I wish in the real world, like certain precautions and measures were taken in order for them not to just be able to pull out their gun and kill somebody on a whim. Like, especially if they haven't been evaluated, or like you shouldn't even have a gun at, you know, until you reach you get a certain badge. Like you need to be carrying around a taser and a fucking bat or some shit.
Gun. Yeah, but I say you need another type of like weapon to protect yourself against like.
I
feel like you don't need a gun
and be physically fit to the point where you don't feel you have to grab a gun.
Yeah.
I was watching a video where it was a black dude and these two cops were beating him up. Right, it's an old video, probably like 2-3 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
And two cops were, I guess they were trying to arrest him or whatever the case, but they were like beating him up. So he ended up getting out of them beating him up, and the cops pulled their gun on him. He made it to his car, took his gun out, and started shooting them. So they had a shootout.
Oh god.
And then he ended up getting away type shit. But it's just like, all right, nigga, they pulled out a gun on me. Why can't I shoot these niggas?
Yeah, I don't understand that whole like, oh, you killed a cop, or oh, I'm a cop, you need to
like, nigga, they pulled
not
a gun
defend
on
yourself against me. And it's just like, no, like at the end of the day, we're all human beings, and everybody has a fight or flight response to things. And it's like, if you're attacking me, or if I'm feeling as though I'm not resisting or I'm not being aggressive, and you're meeting me with all this like aggression, people are going to become defensive. Like, it's only so much like, oh, I'm going to be calm in this moment, or I'm going to respond respectfully or peacefully. It's only so much badgering any human being can take before they're just like, you know what? This some bullshit.
This nigga's sentence was 51 to 103 years.
For doing that?
For shooting at them?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
But my thing is like,
that's what they do though.
They need
that's like what Dave Chappelle was talking about.
They do that to scare us from like now. Like even if a police rough you up, you don't even want to fight back because you're like, they're gonna add so many other charges.
They're gonna add so much other shit to this.
Huh?
So I basically just gotta get my ass.
Yeah, like I gotta get my. Like it makes you feel defensive to get them because of shit like that. Like I'm not fighting back at police because you don't want to get 150 years and shit when I just had a little case. Like it's. That's just the system.
So you gotta think it's dead ass just Queen and Slim the movie.
Yeah,
literally, exactly.
It's really just the movie. Like nigga, he pulled out a gun for no reason. It's like, all right, bro, why the fuck are you pulling out a gun? And now I gotta do something because you wilding out. And now I shoot you on some shit.
Yep.
And now I'm on the run.
Yeah.
Because you know nobody's gonna believe it was a mistake. Ain't nobody gonna believe
what you said.
But if a cop says, "Oh, my bad, I'm sorry," it's fine. Like it's fucked up.
But like I don't know if y'all watched it. Have y'all watched? It's really short. The special Dave Chappelle just did. He just dropped. Did y'all watch it?
I haven't watched it.
I haven't watched it.
I want to watch it. I see people like tweet about it.
Yeah, spoiler.
I saw it when it came out. I just haven't watched it yet.
The spoiler part was like when he basically said the police will show up in like, you know, deep, like 100 deep if one of theirs get killed, but one of ours get killed and they don't expect that same response. Like, we're not supposed to be rioting. We're not supposed to be protesting. When like hundreds, way more before even like, you know, we're able to record on our phones. Before all this has been happening before we're able to record it. It's been black children going missing, black husbands, black wives disappearing, and we never see them again. But it's because before then we weren't able to pull out our phones and record. Before then, communication wasn't as vast. So now that we have that, and we do see you, like you're on this man's neck, you kill him, and then you expect for us to just let it go. Y'all wouldn't let it go. Blue lives matter. Yeah. That's what y'all like to say. Well, black lives matter too. So, I mean, it's crazy the type of response you think you're going to get when you take someone's life like that. It's crazy to me.
You was talking all crazy about that.
Well, the streets is talking, not like you said.
No, you said that it don't come off like he cares about black people. And I said that he was pro-black, and you tried to argue with me about it.
What? It seems like he comes off as
I specifically remember this conversation. I called my mom and everything, and we talked about it.
Ain't he married to a white woman?
No, Asian.
Nah,
okay.
Asian.
You thought Dave Chappelle wasn't pro-black?
I mean, being Asian, they think they white. They think they're better than
Well, you thought Dave Chappelle wasn't?
This is what I'm saying, bro.
Dave Chappelle definitely is. Why y'all think he left and went to Africa on their ass? Like,
what's your favorite celebrity done or said?
I don't really have no favorite celebrity.
Well, what is anybody that you watch or know done or said?
About what?
Yeah.
I was trying to tell her that Dave Chappelle is really like pro-black. I was showing her Dave Chappelle, and she was trying to say that it wasn't really funny and shit.
No, yeah, I had a friend who said
exactly.
He was white people funny, and I'm like, okay, white people are listening to him, and he's making them feel hella uncomfortable, and he's challenging them to rethink shit.
Dave
so I appreciate Dave Chappelle for that.
Maybe nowadays, but like
no,
he's been
like that. He's been like that.
Okay, so we watched him like the Chappelle show, and I was just like,
always been like that. We watched the Clayton Bigsby episode where he was the blind racist black dude.
Fucking hilarious.
I didn't find
fucking hilarious.
Yeah, hilarious. She didn't think it was funny, and she's like, "Oh, he's just being really
hey, you niggers, turn down that music." Hey, he called us niggers.
Boogie, nigger.
They called us niggers.
So what do you think is funny?
Yes.
Who would you pay to go see live, Bree?
That nigga funny.
Who would you pay to go see live as a comedian?
I don't know. Like, comedy's not my thing.
I'm glad I saw Chappelle live.
It's not
man.
my thing.
I'm so glad I saw Chappelle live.
I saw him live too. It was good because he was at what is that, Tabernacle?
Yeah.
I saw him there. Dave Chappelle. I saw him live.
Okay.
But yeah, comedy is not my thing. So I don't really know like a bunch of comedians.
We've seen a couple.
I know we watched Yvonne Orji special that was on HBO, and he's like, women aren't funny. But
I said that wasn't funny.
Stand up, it was funny.
I said that wasn't funny.
Made you chuckle here and there.
Nah, chuckle here.
Darnell Rollins.
Darnell Rollins.
That nigga's funny.
That nigga is funny. That was the best live comedian I've ever seen.
He opened up for Dave Chappelle. He opened up for Dave Chappelle.
Darnell was hilarious.
That nigga's funny as shit.
His whole skit was funny.
He's funny to the point where like he'll make you want to jump. Like that nigga's just like that nigga's hilarious.
It was the best. I loved his show.
He's hilarious.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
Ashley Larry.
I'll watch it.
She doesn't watch Chappelle's show. She don't know who Ashley Larry is.
You get the dice, man. What?
She doesn't know who Ashley Larry is.
Dave Chappelle.
Y'all gotta binge watch it. Y'all gotta watch it.
Can you please go in Bree's purse and give me her black card right now?
I tried to get it, bro.
You don't know who
she ain't
Ashley
never seen Friday in its entirety. She don't know all I be making Friday references and shit. She don't know what I'm talking about. All the movies. Bro, I don't even know what the fuck be going on.
She said anyways.
That's what we're gonna do. That's what we should have done for this episode. Prove your blackness.
Prove your blackness. Whatever. Anyways, I have a question for this week.
All right.
I want to know, have you ever popped up on your partner? Whether it's an ex-partner or like your present partner, just like a little like, hey, what you doing? What's going on?
How you
or can
in
I
the
like
phone or in person?
Catch you on some shit? No, pop up in the flesh.
Oh no, I never.
Like
pop up, like you pull up,
pop up.
And they don't see, and they don't see it coming.
They don't know you coming.
They don't know you coming, but you pull up. You pull up. You do a pull up, and
and you do what she needs to do.
I've never done that.
Have you done it?
I've done it. I've done it before, and I never. And I'm always met with terrible shit, like terrible shit. Like with my past relationship, ex. I pull up, met with terrible shit. got to fighting, stuff like, it's just never good when you pull up, you guys. I don't advise you do it. I don't advise you do it. Because I'm always met with shit that I already know, but I'm going over there knowing what I'm getting myself into, but just going over there kind of to, I don't know, see it with my own two eyes type thing.
Or is it like a part of you that thinks it's not there? Or it's not actually happening?
It has to be.
I feel like there's a small.
I've never done it, but there has to be a small part of you that at least wants it to not be true. At least, even if you don't.
Yeah, a little piece of me wants, but I want to know the truth, so I'll do it. But I've done it before, and I've always been met with bullshit. B-U-L-L. Every time I pull up. So I don't do that anymore. But yeah, when I was younger, definitely was with the pull up. And
did you pull up solo?
Anytime, like you're not answering your phone or I say this all, I don't know, the women's intuition, I say this all the time, but it's never led me astray. I've always been right. Every single time I have been right. Every single time.
Did you pull up by yourself or did you pull up with like a crew?
Did I
yeah, because I'm like, it's a different.
What is she, a blood?
No, like some people, like you have some friends who literally are just like,
yeah, you do.
You want me to ride with you over there? Because like some people just
you know somebody gonna be there and you might not be able to fight and you wouldn't be able to have your.
But yeah, in my younger days, I would pull up and fight. And when I got a little older, I would pull up. I'd be like, oh, okay, and then I have the information. Now it's just what I do with that information now that I have it. But me at like 22, oh, it was bad. It was real bad. Not anymore though. I don't pull up. What about?
I don't. What about you?
I have.
You pulled up?
I've done it.
Crazy.
They're
crazy.
I'm crazy.
We're the only ones that got some sense on this podcast.
Exactly. Like
I've done it twice in my existence.
Because you the one. You don't gotta worry about nobody doing it.
But I say, yeah. I remember vividly doing it.
Shots fired! Pow, pow! I'm not letting that one slide. I'm listening to you, but I'm not letting that shit slide.
What happened?
That's funny.
Let's bring finish.
About shots
That's
fired.
fucking funny.
What happened?
She said, you ain't gotta worry about nobody doing nothing because you the one doing it.
He was doing
what Drake said? Damn, that pussy know me better than I know myself. You hit me like you know I'm there with someone else. Damn, that pussy know me better than that.
Like Drew was the cheater in his past relationship.
I've been cheated on too. I've been cheated on too.
Boy, shut up.
I have been cheated on.
Oh, long overdue.
What the fuck?
Long overdue. Oh no. Two wrongs don't make it right.
It don't make it right.
In all my relationships, I got cheated on.
Oh my gosh.
But Bree, can you finish your pull-up story?
I've done it twice. Once in college and once last year.
You did last year?
Yeah.
Last year?
Last year.
Oh, that's when you were a thief?
I wasn't a thief.
She was a thief. I guess I'll leave the details out.
I wasn't a thief.
But she stole.
What?
Took what
she ran
belonged
in his shit.
To me.
She ran in his shit and took some shit out of there.
That belonged to me.
No, it didn't.
That belonged to her.
What?
No, it did not belong to her. I know the real story. No, it did not belong to her.
He wasn't there. He had a roommate. Roommate let me in. I was like, oh, where is he? And he was like, I don't know. I don't want to be put in the middle of it. I was like,
I hate those roommates that be letting people in the house. Fuck them roommates.
Cool. Whatever. So I said, I'm going to just get what I need to have. Wait, have you let somebody in on this?
That's funny.
Roommate.
He did the right thing.
No.
You must be that roommate.
So, all right. So now I feel like I wasn't going to tell the story.
Yeah.
Well, now I have
fine.
to.
You can tell it after me. So, wait a minute.
Okay, go ahead.
Because you're not going to call me no thief in front of the people. No. So. Go
ahead, Ezel. She don't know who that is. Look.
What did you say?
She don't know who that is.
I don't even know what you said.
She don't know who that is.
What did you say?
She don't know who that is.
I don't know what you said.
I said Ezel.
Oh, yeah, I don't know what I said.
See, she don't know who that is.
Anyways, so I got what I needed to get. This person.
You just walked into his room?
Oh, yeah. This person owed me a pair of AirPods.
No. Tell the if we're gonna tell the story, we're gonna tell the story.
Wait.
You talking about that's what
the person said they were going to buy some AirPods for someone else.
No.
You said they were gonna buy them for your mom for a gift.
Yes, because they got them at a deeply discounted price. The AirPods were hot. They knew somebody who was fucking taking them from work. Cool, whatever. I said, cool. My mom wants a pair of AirPods. Let me get some. I'll give you the money. This was before Christmas. Not last year before last. And I never got them. So when like all the shit happened, I was like, oh,
you paid for the
AirPods.
Did you pay for them?
I need AirPods.
No.
I'm taking the AirPods.
No, wait, no, time out,
Drew.
Bree, time out. Did you pay for the did you give him the money and he never gave you the AirPods?
No, I never paid for the AirPods. But I said, hey,
that's thieving.
You know, you owe me
that's
these.
Thieving.
It's now been about 2 months.
That's
you have not
bro.
held up what you said you were going to do. I'm letting you know I'm at your place. I'm taking these things. And I don't want to talk to you again.
Never paid for them. That's a thief.
That's stealing.
I bet you.
That's stealing.
Man, he probably did worse shit.
That is stealing.
That's stealing.
No,
that is
that's a whole nother level of pull up. You ain't even go like, oh, I see you here with a girl. You don't want to talk to him, and you pull up, and you're like this, and you steal from him.
He probably was out doing some shit he wasn't supposed to be doing.
So
exactly, and I got what I needed to get.
So guess what?
I didn't steal from him. I told him.
That's the alimony from breaking my heart, nigga.
I told you that this is some shit that you was supposed to give me. And who got AirPods? My mama. She got them, and she
she still wears them now.
She surely does.
Yep. A more deserving person got them AirPods.
Exactly.
Wow, women are so entitled.
Niggas are conniving.
Right? Women are so entitled.
Conniving.
So yeah,
I ain't never pull up on nobody ever.
He probably got pulled up on.
I never.
I've been pulled up on.
Who cares?
I've never had either happen.
You've never pulled up on anybody or had anybody.
I've had someone pull up on me. I've had someone pull up on me before, and it was.
I never had anybody do either.
No, I've never had anybody pull up on me.
Yeah, he pulled up. It was like 2 a.m. It was bad. It was crazy.
Another nigga was there?
Yep.
Look at
but
you.
we weren't together. We weren't together. We were not together.
Did they fight?
I was in a relationship. I was dating somebody for like a full-on year. And my ex, he pulled up at like 2 a.m. randomly. And so the dude was there. He was like mad. Like we had been dating for a while. So we had left.
What the fuck did he pull up for?
Just wanted to see me, wanted to beg, wanted to get back together. It was just on some random shit. I guess he was drunk. So then I left my place and was heading to his spot, and he tailed us down 138 towards Old National. And then I guess he was like,
that's how you get shot.
Just turned around and left. And I was like, dang, that was crazy.
That's light. Let me pull up and somebody over the. Well, I guess it would be. I
no,
would never
we weren't
do it,
together.
Though.
He was just
still.
drunk.
I don't give a fuck about none of that. Like that. Well, I would never even do it. I couldn't even imagine it. I done been pulled up on, and it was never even nothing crazy that happened. I done been pulled up on.
I remember
times.
I got pulled up on a stoplight.
I still want to tell my.
How you get pulled up on at a stoplight?
Because I broke up with an ex from high school, and we were heading out to like Gwinnett with a guy I was seeing, and just so happened the ex pulled up next to us at the light, and he gets out at the light and opens up his side of the car door. It was like, really? You gonna do this? Da, 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 da. We weren't together. We were not together. But yes,
this happened 2 times. This sounds like Amber might be leading people on. This happened twice.
Exactly. That's exactly right. There's always some old nigga, you see?
Oh my God.
Wasn't leading nobody on. I was a good
Every woman got to go through a whole stage.
No, I wasn't. I was not with them. These are exes who thought they had some type of they owned me or something they wouldn't let me be with nobody else. That was the case. I'm a good girl. I'm a decent girl.
She's a good girl. She's a hood girl.
Oh my God.
I like your energy to take control of me.
Listen, no, for real though.
I've been looking for you.
Anytime I would break it off and try to move on, they didn't want to move on. Like, how is that my fault?
I don't even drink Corona. What type of drink you want, bro?
How is that my fault? How is that my fault?
Dirty Sprite forever.
I don't. It's not her fault. Unless she's.
Oh my God.
Trying to move on with my life.
No, I don't want anything else to do with you.
Is that her at the Rich Line?
I don't know.
I said
she used to drive. Look, she used to drive a Nissan. Now she getting a Beetle. But the old man, the owner, that's me.
No
drive a Nissan, but now she in a Beamer. Oh man, the owner. Oh my God.
None of that was my fault.
That's terrible.
Everybody done been. Yeah, I know. Have you been pulled up on Beans?
No.
Oh,
Not you.
No, I haven't.
He said no.
Oh, I remember one time though at story time.
This is the story I was trying to tell.
What's that?
And we're gonna tell it from both perspectives. I'll let you go first, so you can get your bias out early.
I'm gonna tell you exactly how it went. So I'm in the crib chilling, relaxing, with a little friend of mine that was over, and me and Beans were living together at the time. Speaking on roommates, that's why you got to make sure you really know the person who you're living with.
Oh my God!
They really team you, but then they're really not team you.
Oh my God!
I'm up there chilling, boom, relaxing, and then there's somebody knocking at the door. I'm like, what the fuck? This nigga Beans left his key or some shit. I'm like, nigga, how the fuck? I was like, I'm tripping. Like, this nigga's tripping. Why don't he have a key? I open the door and it's another girl. I'm like, what the fuck is going? Like, so I had to like kind of like close the door like real fast on her, and she's like, what's up? Who's in there? I'm like, nobody's in there. You tripping? Why? I was like, so I'm going off for her. You know, you got to switch it. You get real defensive, and I'm like, why the fuck would you just pull up here? I was like, you are tripping. Like that's not even cool. I was just in here sleeping on the couch, like real defensive, but lies. Not even knowing.
Full of lies.
Not even knowing that. Not even knowing Beans let the person in, right? So the girl, I end up making her super defensive, and she leaves, and she's like, I'm sorry, that was wrong. I'm like, yeah, that's all. Like, I'll just hit you up later, because, like, I don't want to kick it right now. Like, boom. So I go back in the house, and then I tell the girl, I'm like, that's my roommate. Some girl looking for my roommate. That nigga be tripping. I was like, this nigga be tripping. And then Beans come through the door with, like, this look on his face of, like, I'm like, nigga. I was like, nigga. So, you know, I'm real loud. I'm like, nigga, this girl just came looking for you, man.
But I played it off. Quiet. First of all, hold on.
Let him
I know, but I don't want him to skip over the part.
No,
like, I didn't say,
let him finish his perspective.
No, but I didn't say, I said, who? I at least gave you that to be like, who? Like I didn't know. Oh my God.
So, no, he didn't. So I'm like, man, this girl came looking for you. And he doesn't even like try to be like, man, what the fuck? I just saw her or nothing. He don't go with the story at fucking all. You gotta know the nigga you living with. You really have to know niggas very well. So then the nigga, I'm like, nigga, he called me into his room or something. He's like, it was me. I let her upstairs. I was like, what the fuck? Like, why would you do that? That was like
his moral compass was to shut
it wasn't even a purple. Like she didn't even, I don't even know if the girl meant to pull up. Well, I guess that still counts as a pull up. But like Beans, once again, like how Breeze, old guy did, the roommate be letting people in the house.
Are you done?
Well, the roommate knew me. The roommate was cool with me, and the roommate was me in the middle of the shit.
Okay, so I want to say my story now.
Okay.
I was walking in the house. I think I just went to Mamma Mia. I was walking in the house. She was outside. First of all, I want to preface this by saying Drew is notorious for inviting people over and falling asleep on them. So they're waiting outside for him. Mm-hmm. You have done that many times, whether it's your cousin. This particular girl you've done it with before. So he falls asleep, and they're outside waiting for him. This time I happen to see her. I've seen this girl many times around the house. So I'm like, all right, cool. Now, just in case Drew didn't invite you, I'm going to send you up alone. I'm not going to let you go up with me because if I unlock the door, now you're in the house. And there's a problem. If he's in here with somebody else, you're automatically in the house. At least if you walk up by yourself, you have to knock on the door to get in the house. Okay. So he has an opportunity.
I leave the door unlocked all the time.
So he has an opportunity to stop you before anything happens. Before he stops you. So I went to the vending machine. I didn't even have to. I went to the vending machine to waste some time. So then I give him an opportunity to, all right, you settle this when she get up there. I don't know if you really meant for her to be here or not. So if I go up there with you and I let her in, she's in the house with you and another girl if you're in there with another girl. So that...
Why would you not call and say, hey, somebody's down here waiting?
My nigga, I was high. That might have been like edible time or something.
It was not.
So anyway, I let her up. I let her up by herself. So he would have the opportunity to stop it. So we get upstairs, and he's like, oh, guess who was just here? I was like, oh, who? And then he said the name, and I kind of chuckled and went into my room. And then I said, I left it at that. I was like, oh, all right. And then I said, yo, Drew, come here. So he came in my room, and then I said, oh, I know, that was me. I did that. And I just let him know. I wanted to think like it was just random. Like, nigga, I did it. Like, but and then I tried to explain, nigga, I gave you the opportunity just in case you really did fall asleep like you have done on numerous occasions before this.
That was all bad.
I don't think I did the wrong thing. I didn't know how to. I didn't know how to play each way.
Streets,
I
Drew.
commend
I don't know how to. I don't know. I don't even know how to.
Your dirty work gonna bite you in the ass.
My worst pull up I ever had in my life though was in front of a Steak and Shake.
What?
And I
know the story.
You remember? Yeah, that shit was a crazy, because the girl was so crazy. Like, she used to track my phone somehow. This was before I even know how Apple ID worked.
I'm not gonna lie. This girl needs to work for the FB fucking I.
That shit was crazy.
Nice. She was tracking this nigga in Europe. She's cold with the shit.
When I was in Europe, she was like, "What?" Like she was getting my text. I had met some girl in Europe, and the girl was texting me. We were about to link. She was like, "So you about to go here?" I'm like, "What the fuck is
you about to go
on?"
here?
Like,
she was nice with the shit.
Europe.
She was
Man,
nice.
if you ain't date her, she be on my team. She
was
be
nice.
Crazy. This girl.
You need some investigative research friends in your.
I was driving down the road. I see her car. I'm like, what the fuck? I rev it. Boom, flying. I'm like, okay. But I'm thinking, oh, maybe she just saw me randomly. But little did I know she was tracking my phone. So we go to Steak and Shake. We just sitting down eating. She walks inside. I was like, oh my fucking God. She grabbed the water. I didn't even drink the water. She poured the water over my head and shit. She didn't even do nothing to the girl. I'm like, hit the girl. She's here with me.
No.
She starts swinging on me in front of the. I'm like, chill.
Oh
chill.
No. Listen to what they just said. Drew, stop. What did you just say? What did you just say?
The reason.
What did you both just say? What did you both just say? What did you both just say?
If the girl didn't know,
No, she knew. She knew.
Did she know? Oh, she knew. But my thing is, if she knew, then both y'all niggas can get it. Both of y'all can get it.
Look how switches.
No, that's not how it didn't know. No, she didn't know. No, that's not. You're not catching me in no shit. I told you before that
what did Bree say?
Because the guy is in the wrong. He's in the wrong. But if the bitch knows, no, you don't. Be quiet. Because if the bitch knows that you're in a relationship and she continues on, the bitch is wrong too. No. Y'all break your shit up. Get out of here. Both of y'all with your little macarena shit.
It'll be different.
No.
It'll be different had she not known. Then I can't get upset with her.
Like you can't be mad at the girl.
And she's seen us together before.
And she knows.
Another crazy pull up.
And you continue to pursue him. And that
both of y'all getting water to the head.
Too, because
both of y'all getting water to the head.
That's funny.
Drew,
she said both of y'all get water to the head. This girl ain't never been into a fight in her life, and she think that wouldn't lead to one. Get out of here, Bree. You're not doing that.
I didn't say that.
I don't want to hear that.
I didn't fight. Yeah.
I don't want to hear that.
I mean, pull up. It came to a point where pull-ups were so normal. Niggas didn't even care about pull-up. Like it wouldn't even matter. Fuck it, pull up. But listen,
I don't really know. About that.
We're just like, who even cares? Because the relationship wasn't serious in my mind anyway. So like, fuck it, pull up. Who even cared that there's a whatever the fuck? But
wait, what? You said time out. You said to pull up if somebody else is here. No, because somebody pulled up on you and somebody was there and you wasn't with the shits. Stop lying.
I'm saying what I'm saying is
finding out.
No, what I'm saying,
so
the whole thing is
for her not to find out.
Yeah, of course. But I'm saying after a certain while, it was like even with the beans thing where he freaking purposely let the girl up there. Oh my god! It wasn't even. He really didn't even. He did, but
Eric
it didn't even.
Is a saint.
I might have been like up that week. Maybe I was up on the scoreboard. I don't know.
God.
He did the.
But
it's terrible.
But the whole thing is. After a while, it's like it doesn't even. It's like fuck it. Like it was never serious. I think like when you don't look at it that I don't know.
You don't know.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Drew, you should have played the best friend card with that one. You played the wrong card.
The best friend card?
Yes,
y'all be digging yourselves into holes.
Best friend would have got it
digging
too.
Yourself into
best friend would have got it too.
Is best friend up in the bed?
I would be like, what the fuck are you doing?
Who are you?
What are you doing? Yes.
Oh, we all powwowing in the bed right now. Are you under the covers?
I would have been like, okay, best friend, see you later.
You gotta go.
With me, and she would have been sitting in that fucking house.
And what's even crazy, the Steak and Shake one, the girl who I was dating at the time, I had to still take the girl who I went to Steak and Shake with home.
Nah, she would have.
So my girlfriend got in her car and drove home, and then I'm over here. Yeah, horrible. It was crazy. Yeah,
I wonder how they girls use that. I would like to
But the thing is, on the other side of this, because it might come off as sounding like, oh, that's the cool thing to do. It's so horrible because I still to this day deal with that. And those same demons and ghosts bring insecurities into my present relationship now. That has taken a long time because
told me
I always thought every girl would be like, you gonna meet that one girl that's gonna do this. And even I always just like it was horrible. So I say do not just be upfront. Don't be doing the cheating or even do anything that has to get pulled up on because that shit, you may not even get your karma back.
It eats him up inside, and it really, like, I feel like all the shit he did, he expects for me to do, but I tell him, like, your karma comes in different forms. Your karma is having to carry this burden that you hurt so many people, that you can't even be happy because you hurt so many people, and your head is always on the basically preventing you to fully love, like, you're always constantly second guessing. You're living in fear. Yes. Like that's like spiritual turmoil that you carry around with you.
Because you just know what's capable, but to happen.
Like he deals with his karma. It's worse when it's in your mind. Like I'd rather it be done and get it over with. But you got to deal with carrying it around you, carrying that baggage for the rest of your life.
It is what it is, dog.
But he's gotten better. I mean, he doesn't cheat or anything, but like as far as just like the karmic, his insecurities that are due to that.
Circled around that a lot.
When we first started dating, it was terrible.
So don't just think that's the good thing to do.
It was so bad.
You don't want to do that. You don't.
So. Oof.
But we had talked about this before. But we
didn't.
We never.
I always think I was up to something.
I'm talking about something completely different.
I always think I was up to something.
Okay. But we had talked about this topic before, but we never was able to release it out because I forgot what exactly even happened with us recording and stuff. But do y'all think the bond, and I can now talk about this freely because this is a safe place and
it don't look safe. That look she gave you don't look safe for you, buddy.
Exactly. But
I'm really trying to figure out what it is.
Where am I going with this? But this is where I'm going with this. Do y'all think that marriage brings people closer, or that like solidifies a relationship?
No.
Like, do you think now marriage is even relevant right now in life? Realistically?
No.
And if so, why?
Yes.
Hell no,
yes.
We won't go.
Yes.
We won't go.
Yes. Yes,
okay. Who wants to start with that topic? Because I really want to break this topic like down all the way. So whenever we I want to talk, I want to listen and receive information.
Well, I mean,
why do you think why does being married solidify a relationship?
I feel like for me it has a lot to do with my beliefs in God and taking vows, becoming one, and that's what it has a lot to do for me. I mean, things may not change drastically when you get married. It may be the same friendship that you had before, but I just feel like now, we vow before God, before our family and our loved ones, and we're spiritually one. So it has more so to do with that side to me.
So, and when you say before God, you go in front of a priest that you don't even know.
I mean, I feel like, Drew, that's not the take that I that's not my stance on it. Like we're vowing, I feel like it's a ceremony that I feel like I believe in. So, where it's just like you kind of praying with one another. You're vowing to stay together till death do you part. That's what I value most about it, and that's why it's important to me.
Do you think do you think marriage solidifies a relationship because of that?
I think
really listen. Can y'all hear this?
I think that it does solidify it for me because that's what I believe in.
I have a question. I got a question too.
So you shouldn't be having sex right now. So you shouldn't have sex right now.
We're talking about marriage. I thought we were talking about marriage. I didn't know we were talking about pre-marriage. I didn't know.
I have a question though. With the marriage,
we're talking about getting married.
But the thing is, with marriage, you can't say, "Oh, I believe this because it's the Bible. This is what I can.
I can say whatever.
But you're picking and choosing.
So you just choose out the Bible.
I'm not
picking and choosing which part you want to believe in.
Just saying.
Yeah, you're picking what part you want to believe in.
I don't think that's necessarily
the Bible says don't have sex before
marriage. Because if you believe in the Bible's version of marriage, you wouldn't be having sex or living with someone at all before marriage.
Be quiet and listen. I don't think she's picking and choosing what parts of the Bible benefit her. I think she is very aware of what is a sin in her eyes for her religion and what is not a sin. But I think she also values the institution of marriage and the benefits that can come with it, as far as having a partner there for life to solidify that union.
That doesn't
my question was
but that's how you feel. Like she feels as though.
Okay, so that's perfect. That's perfect for my question.
Think.
That leads into my question
for me,
so perfectly. So my question is this: do you honestly believe it solidifies it if your partner doesn't really believe the same things you believe?
Marriage.
Oh, well, then we
wouldn't
be.
Good one.
I mean, if that was the case, if he didn't believe in what I believed in, then we shouldn't be getting married.
But if they're doing it for the sake of you, I'm saying if he's doing it for the sake of you, he doesn't care at all.
That's solidified.
He doesn't think that it changes the relationship at all.
Well, he obviously cares.
No, because he cares about you and how you feel about it, not because he feels it's going to change the relationship.
I don't think that's our union because we get married. Okay. I feel the union's already solidified. I feel there's nothing else that can solidify it more. People get divorced. Divorces like you can't even. It doesn't even make sense.
That's my point. That's my point. He doesn't think it changes.
I feel like people should try. I feel like people shouldn't just give up on a relationship and it shouldn't be so easy for somebody to up and scream divorce. Like it shouldn't be that easy. Then if it's that easy, then you shouldn't have married that person in the first place.
That's what I'm saying. My thing is to show that marriage does not solidify a relationship. You can't think, if we get married, solidified, we're gonna be together forever, or we're gonna get married, we're a union in front of God.
But that's how you view it.
But that was my question.
In the Bible, did they even talk about wedding? Do they even talk about weddings in the Bible?
I don't know. I can't.
According to the Bible, we could be married. According to the Bible, we could be married. I choose you, you choose me.
Okay,
Bible, that's a biblical marriage.
Okay.
That's a biblical marriage.
All right, so we were together and as boyfriend and girlfriend, and now we're engaged to be married, and then we'll be married. So I mean, to me, I like the foundation. I like the idea. I want to be married just because of how what I have valued for so long surrounding it. I mean, what you view is what you view, but at the same time, there was a lot of ways that you thought before you met me that have transitioned and changed and developed, and
that
you
one
have.
Not.
But the thing about it is,
that's like the old white people who think black people are less than them. It's what I believe in. It's what I was raised. It's what I believe in.
I don't understand why you try to villainize me for wanting to be.
It's not villainizing you. Marriage. I'm not villainizing you anyway. And anybody watching, I don't want anything to come off as that. My thing is, you don't want to think marriage solidifies a relationship. There's a lot of people who think, it's a little bumpy right now. We're gonna get married. It's gonna. You don't want to be a woman or a man. You don't want to be a woman.
I know their problems are gonna come, but I want to have vowed. I want to have been spiritually tied with someone. I want to be married. Like the shit happens. Like it's happened before, and that doesn't mean we get married and all the problems are solved. But my thing is, I
ask you a question that I asked Bree.
I still want to be married. So
I asked you a question I asked Bree. So when you get married, does that just mean that you just put up with whatever because you're married?
No, that doesn't mean that you put up with.
So you will leave then. So it's not like death do you part like everybody says.
I won't leave.
So you won't leave. So you will put up with it. Either you're gonna leave or you're gonna put up with it. Those are your options.
Not putting up with things. I feel as though you.
Bro, what? That doesn't make any sense.
I feel like that's not just like putting up with shit because you're married. You're choosing to, let's say your partner mistreats you or does you wrong when you're married.
Okay.
You are choosing to continue to work this relationship
so say it doesn't
out.
Work
you are
out. So they continue.
Be quiet.
What if they continue?
Baby, let me finish.
No, proceed with
you are choosing to try to work out whatever ill feelings or tendencies or grievances that you're having. You're choosing to move forward. You're choosing to not really hold those things over their head. Is it going to be easy? No, not at all, because you all vowed and stood in front of God to say, like, I am not going to mistreat you. I'm not going to do this. Like, we're going to be together.
Question with that really quick before you continue. If you stand in front of God,
into something with somebody and you have ill intent, then you shouldn't be getting into it in the first place. Just like if one person believes in marriage and you're dating them and the other person doesn't, I don't see how far along you're going to get. Like I don't see it, because at the end we want different things at the end of the road. We want different things at the end of our journeys. Like we want.
So for instance, my thing is like
marriage is what
Drew doesn't.
At all.
But my thing is, but if that was the case, if you don't truly believe in it, then I don't want you doing anything that you don't believe in.
But the thing is, see the way I look at marriage.
But I don't want to be with anybody who is compromising what they truly believe in their heart of hearts. Because if that's what you truly believed in your heart of hearts, and I'm compromising you from being your true self, then why are we together?
It's not that I don't believe in marriage or do not believe in marriage. For me, marriage is like. But you're saying it doesn't. It's not this. For me, marriage does not solidify our relationship. I do not believe in that, and I would never believe in that. It does not solidify our relationship. Here
you're saying believe in whatever all this other fuck shit you talking. My thing is when you're saying, oh, believe in solidifying. I knew that we were solidified as boyfriend and girlfriend. I knew that I wanted to marry you. I knew that I wanted to be with you forever. The ring just came along with it. The wedding, all of that comes along with it. I knew we were solidified before we got engaged, which is why I said yes to you proposing.
You're on a very high level. You're
always on a high level. You're always
my high level is
I'm matching you.
No, I'm matching you.
No, I'm matching you, baby. I'm matching you. I'm matching you.
I think both of y'all are kind of saying. I think y'all are both kind of saying the same thing. I think I think it just may be a difference in the verbiage. I think like Drew is saying, like, how does marriage solidify a relationship if I'm already secure and solid in my relationship? And like maybe you can tell me if I'm wrong, Amber, but like the conversations that I've had with you, it's not that marriage solidifies like that relationship. For me personally, it's a security factor. It's more so of at the end of the day where, let's say something happens to me, God forbid, or something happens to him, God forbid, there are legal actions in place to where we can take care of each other. Or if there are family members that let's say we've added onto our family, like he's going to take care of our children, or I'm going to take care of our children. Or let's say something happens to our parents. Like, I know that if I'm choosing to marry you, that you would take care of my parents in the same capacity that I would take care of yours, or in the same capacity that I would take care of my own. And like, I understand that you may not necessarily, let's say you may not vibe with them, but I still trust you at the end of the day to just be there and to be a parent or to be a child.
But the thing is, Bree, you trust that. Like, if you're gonna be with him, you trust that.
No, I do, marriage. But I think it's the security.
Happens to you,
they can do that anyway.
They call your next of kin.
You can do that anyway.
Have no rights to shit.
They call your next of kin. They're not gonna call your girlfriend anyway. So like, let's say if something were to be quiet, if something were to happen and somebody were to end up in the hospital and they cannot communicate, they're not letting your girlfriend go back to see you. They're not letting your girlfriend call those shots. They're not letting that happen. That's going to be your next of kin, whether that is a sibling or a parent or even a child. Like, that's not just going to be like, oh, my girlfriend of 14 years is going to have some type of say. No, because in the eyes of, like, the law, y'all are not a family. Y'all are not a unit. So, like, I tell Aaron, I just need that security. I understand it's a piece of paper, but like legality wise, like that just, it means a lot more because
I told her that I can give her other pieces of paper.
And he's just like, I can give you power of attorney and things like that. I can give you a
will. All these paperwork do the same thing. They do the same shit. They do the same shit.
Why go through all that when you can just marry?
Why do I have to do that?
Why do you not?
I don't believe in it. That shit does nothing for me. It does nothing for me. So no, listen to me. Listen to my question that I asked before. If it means all of this to you and it means nothing to me, what makes you feel so secure in the fact that I won't leave or do something because we're married? It didn't mean shit to me from the beginning, from jump.
But I think that's just kind of where you got to choose your partners better. I feel like because
shit, you know where I stand from jump. I told you day one. I don't believe in that shit. That don't change anything from my relationship.
And you have like that security. And that person believes in it, then they're going to
I feel like you should
march.
I feel like you shouldn't propose to anybody you think would hurt you or you think you would have to leave.
Okay, you don't think anything.
I'm not going to marry you ever thinking that one day I'm going to have to leave this nigga. Like, that's not what I'm going into it thinking. It was solidified before then, which is why I said yes. because it is solidified in the love that we
and
have
now
for
that
one another.
you're married,
so
it's
that's
like,
why I trust him.
But you don't know what's gonna happen after. You don't know what's gonna
don't
happen. Anything can happen anytime.
You don't know, but
So
with
then
that
what?
being, with that
So
being
then what?
That's where
So
faith
then what?
comes into
you're just
play.
letting it be known, like,
So then what?
That's where my faith comes in.
So then what?
I just told you.
That's where my faith comes into play.
I mean, it does
like I said to me, that don't do anything for me.
Does not just mean y'all are gonna be together forever.
Drew, you're saying it doesn't solidify.
Because you don't believe it in the same capacity that we do.
I just agreed with you and said it was solidified.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It was solidified.
But I'm saying I'm going back to
you're combating me.
I'm not combating you at all. Don't even look at it. Don't take it. Don't make it. Take it so personal. Please don't take it personal.
I do take it personal. I take that very personal. I take marriage very personal.
We're talking about I
take my future with.
I
take swearing before God, vowing to be with someone till death do us part, signing the paperwork, doing all of this stuff that comes with a marriage.
I got a question. I have a question for you, Amber. Amber,
I don't understand what you don't take seriously. You don't take fidelity seriously. You don't take trust seriously. You don't take any of that seriously.
I take that stuff serious.
Okay, so you take it seriously, but the only difference is it has marriage written on it.
No, but my thing is, what I'm saying is, if you
value all of these things, but they label it as marriage, and you're like,
but no, but y'all,
I'm not even like that on marriage.
So like, from what I have like noticed,
but that's the thing. You believe in all of this shit, but when you call it marriage,
I'm not saying. I did not say that.
But no, it's like you want a bun. Hold on.
You believe in commitment. You believe in loving to someone till they die.
But you believe in all those things.
But it's called marriage.
But you genuinely believe in everything that a marriage.
You would do it if it wasn't.
Listen,
anyway.
Talking. But Drew and you definitely believe in the things that a marriage entails. I'm choosing to be here. I'm choosing to work through all these differences. I'm choosing not to go anywhere. But why is it that when you get why is it that you're able to do all those things, but you are like on the defense and like a red flag goes up when somebody says, "Oh, let's be married"?
It's not a red flag. It's saying that I don't need it. It's not necessary.
You're literally like stop sign.
It's saying but
if
I'm doing it anyway,
hold on.
I don't even have a stop sign up about
I don't know what you said. But if you're doing all of those things that encompass a healthy marriage or a healthy partnership, why not just be married?
You guys said I encompass a lot of things that practice a religion. I'm not doing that shit either.
But you do.
No, I'm not.
Because it's a label and you don't want to be.
All right, first of all, we're not. Okay, I'm sorry I even brought that up because we're not going back into that shit. I'm sorry I brought that up. That's a whole other 40-minute conversation. No, I'm not. I'm telling you now, I'm not doing that.
Okay.
That's a whole other 40-minute conversation.
Okay, what I'm saying is, I'm not putting up my red flag. Does not pop up to me about the word marriage. None of that. I'm a type of person where I just like try to get inside of, not even get inside of people's head, but try to understand their point of view and why people think or do the things that they do. Like you said, I'm fine with all of those things that come into marriage. Fine. I love the idea of marriage. I love the thought of marriage. But a lot of people think like, oh, something until you put a ring on it. A lot of people do that. A lot of people do use those terms.
That's their prerogative.
I'm speaking. That's why I'm not. See, you're taking it personal. So whenever I'm saying these things, I'm not referring to Amber.
Personal. I'm saying that's people's prerogative.
Exactly. So let me.
How is that me taking it personal?
No, because when
I'm saying people choose to decipher things in their own way.
Yes, exactly. You're right. Okay. So like I said, the thing is, a lot of people think that after or when we become married, that's when this or that's when that. That's when if you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. People think after you put the ring on it, then.
But that's okay. So if you want to talk about like from a religious standpoint, if you are living by your Bible and going by, but no. But if you're going by the thing, yes, they can. But if you're going by what it says in the Bible as man and wife, there are certain things that are off limits until you are married. So there are people that
do anyway.
But you can say there are people who do it, and I do know that there are people who don't do it. I genuinely know somebody who has been engaged for over a year. They've been in a relationship for 4 years, and her and her partner have not had sex because they value that part of their relationship. That's something that they want to work towards.
Sounds like a minority to me.
Anyways, but it's still one of those things that happen. So if you're just like, why do people have this mentality where it's like, oh, well, these things will change when we get married? It's because those people are kind of in limbo when it comes to living like in the Bible and doing the things that you're supposed to do.
But the thing is, people, and I love the point that you made. That's perfect. You're exactly right. But if people, when you read the Bible, in the Bible's not talking about marriage in the way of how we look at marriage now. How marriage is a ring. That's nowhere in the Bible, for one. A contract, nowhere in the Bible. A marriage was a man choosing, well, back in those days, they didn't even get to choose each other. They got put together, and that's marriage. Husband and wife is just two, like, the idea of it, everything that got added on, like, the idea of marriage is everything that we're talking about. Not being with one person, showing love, sticking through thick and thin. That's the idea of marriage. Everything else that got top on top shit. Is new age to make some money shit. If you want to go back to the Bible was two people. They didn't even get to choose sometimes back in the Bible, but two people who got put together or chose. Boom, we're together. We're one. We're married. That was marriage.
So the shit that you guys are believing in is some capitalist
my thing
bullshit.
Is, a lot of people think you have
to make money off of it. All this shit is
where
to make money.
I stand for marriage. It's not capitalist. It's not money. To make money.
Doesn't matter what you believe in. I'm telling you,
but I can only talk about my perspective because I genuinely feel as though everybody's partnership are their own is what you make of it. Everybody's marriage is their own is what you make of it. For me, it's more of a security factor, and I would like to be able to have some say because as your partner, I feel as though I know you best, and I know how you would like to move in these situations, and vice versa.
And I told you how you can get that.
And I understand.
I told you that.
That's fine, and I said that's something that I had to mull over because I want that security. I don't want I'm married, so now we can move in, and now we can buy a house, and da 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 da. No, I don't want it to be like something I need to check off my list before I can unlock a next level of my relationship. I just need it for the security factor because shit happens. And I want to be able to take care of you, and I want you to be able to take care of me. So that's what I want.
So by that you don't need marriage at all then?
You don't necessarily, what do you mean?
You don't need it at all because there's other ways around it. So that means you're okay with not being married. If that's all you want.
Okay, but me and you have had conversations about.
I'm asking you what you just said. I'm not talking about past conversations. I'm talking about right now what you just said.
Yes, but I say when I think of the word marriage, there are things that I want. There are some things that I will give on and compromise with you because at the end of the day, it's not that I just want to be married. I want a partner. So it's like for you to be so against the institution of marriage and for me to be like wanting it, I still want you at the end of the day. So I'm mulling over, okay, well, how do I want to navigate these spaces with you? How can we get to a space where you're comfortable, but I'm also comfortable? You know that I want to be married. I'm at a place where it's just like, I'm okay with having a big wedding, but I'm also okay with just going to the courthouse. I'm literally one or the other. Like, I'm not so gung-ho on like I need to have this huge reception and I need to have all these bridesmaids and things like that. No, we, like I told you before, like if we had like some little like small ceremony with like family and friends, it don't even have to be like a traditional ceremony. It can be a fucking cookout, just something in celebration of us. I would be okay with that. You have said, oh, okay, well, if you want to do like a name change, that's cool too. Like me and you have had these conversations about just compromising and figuring out what our marriage would look like to us. It doesn't have to be traditional whatsoever. Mm-hmm. I think you're just hung up on the word marriage, but I just really want it to be, it's how we see it. What do we do that works for us?
Yeah. It kind of, I don't know. I was watching Bad Moms, the show on Netflix, and she had been married before, and her boyfriend were dating, had already had a child, and you know, her child ended up finding old wedding pictures of the mom and her ex-husband. And then the child was like, why didn't you guys get married? Like, why aren't you and daddy married? And they were like, because me and daddy love one another no matter what. You know, we don't have to be married, this or that. But come to find out, the husband, and he did want to be married. He just never pressed the girlfriend on doing it. And so by the end of the episode, you know, they did have different beliefs and share different values about it. Like their relationship was already solidified, but he still wanted the vows. He wanted to be married and, you know, do all of that stuff. So at the end of the episode, they did it. So it was like just two different people with two different ways of viewing things. Like she didn't really care about it. He didn't really care about it, but he did. Like, so I don't know, I guess she didn't compromise it because she had done it before. She just wasn't gung-ho on doing it.
Yeah.
But they did it because they knew that they loved one another, and it really didn't matter whether they were married or not. But doing it, I guess, made the husband happy. Yeah. So they did it.
And that's kind of like my whole thing. Like I said, I'm not against marriage in any type of way. I'm not against going to do. I just want people to fully understand, like, because a lot of people think marriage means still, which is crazy that people still think that marriage means, that we're gonna be together forever, and that. Like, no, all that needs to be bounded up and locked in before you even try to think or plan to do marriage.
But like when Bree touched on the point where people who maintain their abstinence, who maintain their virginities, they don't have sex, they do everything right. They do.
I'm gonna say that's not right.
That don't mean that's right.
But you can't. You're not right. But you can't tell them that they're
that's subjective.
Not right.
I'm not saying they're not right, but I'm saying you can't tell me that's right either.
Yeah, like you can't tell somebody.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying you can't tell me that's right. I'm not gonna tell them that's wrong, but they can't tell me.
I wasn't saying it was wrong.
That's right.
I know that's what
they chose. That's the path that they chose.
I'm not saying it's wrong. You said, when they're doing everything right, like by them not having sex.
According to them, that is the right way.
She just said that just now.
According to them,
okay, Aaron, but going by the story, I wasn't taking it as she was saying that was the right thing.
I took it by literally what she said. She said the right way.
This perspective that she was coming from, that's how they feel that is right.
Okay,
both of y'all intervened for no reason.
Okay, continue.
I don't understand how you can take that and
I took that literally.
It sounded like if you're saying
let me say it slower. Let me slow it down.
Please go into details.
Let me slow it down.
Please do.
So, people who maintain their virginity and choose to do things from their perception of what they feel is right in their hearts, they do feel like when they get married, there is more. They are opening their partner up. They're revealing different things that they couldn't do before because of that context, because they are choosing to walk a certain path. They do believe that. Because that's what they feel in their heart of hearts.
And you know what's even deeper about that though? Like you said, that's two people who believe that.
Yeah. Okay.
Like it just, that's a whole nother. It's a whole.
Yep.
I don't think it unlocks nothing else after marriage. You need to have all that solidified before. If that like a marriage is not.
Yeah, and everybody has a right to how they want to love.
It's just different, and you just have to.
And you deserve it the way you want it.
That's really what it is.
Yes.
Yeah, but but the thing is,
I don't think love is like you have to compromise certain things.
But the thing is, my thing is the whole thing on the idea of marriage. It does not solidify the relationship or take the relationship to the next level.
Okay, that's how you feel on it. Okay. That's how
you feel. It does not.
What do you want me to say?
Oh, yeah. It does. It really does not.
So I feel like you should. The love that you have for somebody should be solidified before you decide to get married. Like you should know in your heart that you want to be with this person for the rest of your life before you say yes. So yeah, that should be solidified. Yeah.
Agreed.
All right.
Yeah. Boom. And the marriage is just like if that's.
If that's what you want to do, that could be like, the cherry on top of your sundae. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But you should know that you love that person. And you should trust that person fully before marrying them. So that you should solidify yourself in trust and love.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I have a question. My question is, will you lie for the sake of your partner's happiness, and where do you draw the line if you do?
Ooh. Oh, that's messed up.
Will you lie for the sake of your partner?
I wouldn't lie. I wouldn't, because that means I'm compromised. That's selfish. You're putting your happiness first if you're lying.
I don't think so. I think if you're lying, I think you'd be lying for their happiness. No,
I think a little white lie is okay. I can't
but then it's
give like an
away from
example.
But that's like you saying like it's basically like faking orgasms and stuff too. Count
oh no, I feel like that's a big lie.
That's lying. That's lying too.
I feel like that's a big lie.
That's lying
I don't
too.
feel like that's not a white lie in my eyes. That's a big lie.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't do that.
I'm just saying, that's a lie. I'm saying it's lying for the sake of your partner's happiness. It doesn't matter what it is. Like, they could be upset about something. If, like, say you don't like their hair, and they ask, "Oh, does my hair look nice?" And you're like, "Oh, yeah, it looks nice," but you don't really like it. That's a lie, too.
I don't like that. I want you to tell me the truth.
That's a lie, too. I'm just saying any of that. Would you lie? Any lie. It could be a little lie, big lie. Would you lie for the sake of your partner's happiness? And if so, where do you draw the line?
I think I would give a little white lie, but if you're going to say, like, lying in general, I wouldn't lie per se. I think I would probably just.
This is where you draw the line.
I would omit. I would just omit.
And really quickly, do you guys think omitting is lying? Do you guys think omitting is lying?
Oh, I feel as though yes, omitting is.
So you would lie?
No. Listen, I feel like omitting is deceitful. I don't feel like it's necessarily. It's a lie, but I feel like there's more intent behind being deceitful and omitting information is given situations. But like for your example, when you said like, oh, if your partner did something to their hair and you didn't like it, would you tell them? If they asked me, I would just be like, if you like it, I love it type of thing. I wouldn't just tell them like, no, that's shitty or I don't like it, especially if it's something that brings them joy. Like I think I would just omit.
But what if you just don't like it at all?
I think I still would just omit.
But you just said that's lying to you.
Tell them you don't like it.
You just said that's lying. You feel like omitting is lying.
But I think as far as like those small instances, it's not even worth it to me. If that's something that you genuinely like and it's something that brings you joy, I wouldn't say anything to you about it.
I don't want you to get hung up on that example. That was just one of the small examples that came to my head.
I'm thinking about is small things.
I think I do. I would.
What would you lie about?
There's some, like I said, even on one of the other podcasts, like sometimes if you come home venting about work, I may not tell you exactly the level of knowledge that I would want to tell you.
About work?
Yeah, like if you say, oh, this, that, I might not go, I may not give you my exact full thoughts on it.
You talking about if I come home and vent about my day?
Yeah, your day at work, and you might say, and I might really want to say something else, but I might say, oh, yeah.
I feel like
but you feel like it might be safer to just stay on her side about it.
Yeah, I feel like that's omitting information. Yeah. That's just omitting.
But you said you feel like that's lying. You said omitting is lying.
I said I feel like that's being deceitful given like the scenario. I feel as though like that whole.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Huh?
That's what I'm saying.
Because if you ask me, because I was at work and I don't know what's wrong with her, what do you think I should do? You need to just suck it up, or you need to do this. You need to tough it out. Why are you even letting people get to you? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, like, and I might go along with you just in that moment. Yeah. That's one thing I'll lie about.
And then give me your logic later, because I just want to get some shit off my chest.
Yeah, but at that moment, I would lie and say, and just like be on your side.
It's not even lying. I just want you to listen.
But I'm talking about what I say back. I can listen, but there will be points where you say, okay, well, what do you think about it? And I will lie and not say how I really think about it.
I think that's also knowing your partner, like point. In that moment, where it's just like by you saying how you feel is not going to be productive or beneficial to that conversation at that time.
Exactly, in that moment. Yeah, exactly.
I think so you can circle back.
I might tell you the logic. Yeah, I'll circle back to that topic. But what else? I can't. I think sometimes you may lie on the like sometimes I even think like whenever men, like how we talking about in the last podcast. How we give a lot of compliments. Sometimes you may not be looking the best, but I might say, "Oh, you look cute today," just to throw it out there.
Oh my god!
But not even. No, but and I don't even mean it.
That don't mean that you ever look bad. That we ever feel like you look bad. It's just not like, oh, you just not
look so good. But I still may say that just because I know
crazy
how.
Before we recorded this podcast, and he was like, "Yeah, like so pretty," and I was like, "My hair."
But my thing is this. Here's my thing is,
if
I feel like you're pretty, I feel like you don't need the enhancements and shit to be pretty. Bro. You could be extra. I could think that you extra fine or something after you do some shit.
Maybe,
but that don't take away from the fact that
I just woke up with my hair going this way.
It's natural pretty.
That's why I said, don't I always look the same?
Yeah, but sometimes
it's just sometimes it's like heightened, I guess, because you throw some makeup on.
Reason you might? I know me personally, I lie about things like, oh, did you remember to do this? Yeah, or like shit like that. I lie about those type of things. I'm a habitual one of those type of lies. Like, and I'll go and I'm gonna lie all the way to the end. Like, did you get milk from the other day? This gonna be funny, and I might get slapped in the head.
He gonna say, "Yeah, I went to the store to get milk." I'm like, "Hold on, I'm gonna take out the trash." And nigga run to the store and go get the milk.
The other day, listen to this. Okay. Like I told you, me and my friend were doing this. Been working on this food shit. So the other day, I was about to pull up on him. He was like, "Yeah, just stop at the store." I was like, "Yeah, what we need?" He like some whipped cream, a sweet potato, and some foil.
Yeah, that's a pause. Like, I don't know what y'all niggas doing.
What are you doing with whipped cream, potatoes, and foil?
We were making a cheesecake. We were making a cheesecake.
Oh, okay.
But and he was like, and I was like, shit, I got all that here, right? So I took the sweet potato, the whipped cream, and the foil.
I knew.
And the other day, everyone was like, "Where's the foil? We were looking for something that wasn't there." Stop, Amber, stop. Okay.
You fucking liar! I knew he did something with that shit. We had a full box of fucking foil. I knew it.
And then it's just
I knew he took it to Dre's.
And I lied, and I was like, "It's not in the drawer." And then I got it. I was looking at everything.
Kind of nigga. He helped you look for some shit. He know he took.
Oh my god!
I was like, I'll just go to the store.
Drew, you had some
let me go.
Drew had some low-top black Air Force Ones when he did that shit.
2 days. I didn't have foil for 2 days.
So I think I lie about, but
should have just got foil to replace it.
It's almost like how y'all said on the podcast. Even though mine is actually lying, but some things, it's how your partner's gonna react. If I was to say, "Oh, I took it to Dre's house, left the whole thing over there," why the fuck did you?
No, I wouldn't have. I would have been like, "Okay, we'll go get some more."
You just pinched me right now about
because
this
you lied.
Yeah.
You lied for like a week.
So little things like that, yeah, I'm definitely gonna go. I'm gonna
he
go
lied for days.
And that one would have never.
He didn't go get more foil.
I didn't have
to. He was forced to get more foil because I cooked lasagna and I didn't have any foil. So
and
he
like,
finally went to the store because he wanted lasagna so bad.
But I just told you now, so it's not. It's like that's a little thing.
But when I needed foil to cook for myself, he didn't go get it.
Oh my goodness!
It sounds so bad, but yeah, I lie about little. I can't even. What other little things? Or sometimes I might say, "Oh, I forgot this." I mean, just like little things, and even I'm pretty sure this little thing. Sometimes Amber does the same thing. Like like little shit.
I think we're too honest.
Like they're not even lies. I think they'll call fibs.
I think we're too honest.
Those are fibs, right?
Telling stories.
That might be.
I think we're too honest.
I
think that's our issue. We're too honest.
Oh, that's good.
No, it's not.
That's good then.
No, it's not.
She said no, it's not.
No, it's not.
Just tell me lies, make it sound good, make it sound
good, make it sound good.
Because just think about it, before we started back recording, I was like, "Did you feed Bear?" I know, I didn't hear you do it. And then you fed him. And then I was like, "Well, did you mix his food?"
Hell no.
I'm not doing that. No, he don't like it. He's eating now. And it's just like, mix his food. He's transitioning. No, I'm not doing that. And I had to freaking go over there and do it because he wasn't doing it.
I'm not doing that shit, bro. This nigga go over there and smell the food and walk off. He don't want that nasty ass chicken shit.
That's good because you feel better because there's those moments too where I might just say, "Yeah, well, I don't want to," or "I forgot," because they think we're gonna be perfect or remember everything, but there's some moments you want to lie and you just want to one up them and say, "Oh, I don't know where the foil is." and
then when she turned around, when she turned around.
Oh my gosh, I don't like it right now.
I was on my phone. She was like, "Dude, where's the foil?" I was like, "Oh shit!" And the lasagna was already made. It needed the. I was like, and I looked for it for 5 minutes. I was like, "Fuck it, I know it's not there. Let me just go to the store." I was like,
the fact that you looked for it for 5
that's
minutes.
That's what I said. Drew's the nigga who steals some shit from your house and then help you look for it.
That's terrible. Instead of just saying like I took it.
But the thing is, I knew that one was gone, but sometimes with foil, you might look in the pantry and be like, "Oh shit, I thought that would have happened." Like where I just found the old,
just a random box of foil that had a little bit left that it wasn't that you didn't finish.
Yeah, enough where you could have slid by and I got some more of her noticing.
This scenario.
I thought that was gonna.
I use foil
a lot.
Yeah. I need new foil.
Drew thought he could find enough to get by and then buy some on the way back home the next day. I don't know.
Yeah, literally.
I literally use foil almost every single day.
Yeah. How you parchment paper?
You use more parchment paper than I do.
I've never used parchment. I used parchment paper 2 times. I made cinnamon rolls twice.
The lies you tell. Parchment paper is not cheap.
When else did I use parchment paper?
More often
I
than
used cinnamon rolls twice.
Who threw the parchment paper box away?
There was nothing in it.
Who threw the parchment paper box away?
That doesn't make any fucking sense because I used the last one. I used more. That doesn't even make any sense. That's the stupidest fucking logic I've ever heard.
You know how long that parchment paper was in that pantry?
Exactly. So why the fuck wouldn't it be gone?
Way before you. It was
so why wouldn't it be gone?
30 sheets.
So why wouldn't it be gone? That doesn't even make any fucking sense.
I didn't use parchment paper.
She had that parchment
for a very long. That parchment paper was like $6.
Like you had this table. Look at y'all. So how many people didn't use that parchment paper?
niggas don't eat out the park. Niggas coming over. Everybody want biscuits in the morning for breakfast.
She probably stole the parchment paper when she stole the AirPods.
Probably. So charge it to the game.
No,
charge it to the game.
I bought that parchment paper from Kroger and it was like $67.
With your thieving ass. Bye, Felicia.
Anyways. I understood that one. Not funny.
Oh, she got that one. You got that one because it's popular. That's the reason you knew what that was.
That's fine. Not funny.
So what did she ask for? What did Felicia ask for when she
had the brown
Felicia?
shirts and the braids and the shorts.
She don't even know what Felicia asked for.
Hey, I got one for Bree. I'm rich, bitch. Nobody knows, but she won't know where that came from.
Boo!
She has no idea.
Boo! Get her out of here. This guy sucks.
You can do all the Dave Chappelle quotes.
Whatever. So are you lying?
Anything. Ew, nigga, you smell like French fries.
No, not really. And I tell you that all the time. I think that I should just keep my feelings about things to myself because it always leads to shit. So I tell her all the time, I'm just not gonna say shit no more. I'm gonna just keep my shit to myself.
It's not even that. I think it's almost like a how do you say and I hate to even use it in this type of example, but how I do or how I look at it with Amber is like this. Sometimes, and I'm pretty sure y'all look at it the same way because you say there's some things that y'all don't tell us on how we react. So same thing like with a child. And I'm not saying you're a child or I'm a child in this situation, but sometimes you got to give information piece by piece or when the person's ready. You don't tell a kid who's learning 2 + 2. You don't show them, this is algebra right here. No, you're gonna
or you mean if a kid
almost
draws
look at it like that, which might be
you
bad.
Tell them that it's nice.
No, not like that. No, I'm saying
in education they call it scaffolding. So you just give a little bit at a time. So it's okay, you can take this little bit and you can understand it. Okay, so let me add another layer to it to where you actually understand it, and then let me give you a little bit more.
Exactly right. Mm-hmm. That's exactly that, and that's the same way I look at it in a relationship.
Would have been teacher ass nigga. See, that's the reason why he know.
Anyway,
yeah, exactly. I took a lot of those classes. Yeah, I took it. So that's what I be using. That I use that, and I feel okay, we just unwrap different layers of it. That's how I feel. Because I think every relationship, at the beginning, well, other than y'all, a lot of people aren't even fully just honest and just. Even I always commend y'all even for the fact to even be able to do a podcast this early in y'all relationship. Because this was me and Amber 7 months in. We would not be together. Because
we would be fighting all the time.
We would be fighting and it would be
all of our fights.
I mean, don't get it wrong. We have disagreements and we'll go back and forth.
She tried to break up with me the other day because I didn't want to pick a spot at the park.
No, I didn't.
Oh no, it was that simple.
It was that simple. No, it was not that simple. So we went to the park Friday. First of all, before we even got to the park, Thursday night, or not even Thursday night, maybe Thursday day, because I had left and I was out and I was just okay, it's nice outside. Check the weather. It's supposed to be like this tomorrow too. Cool. I want to get up in the morning. I want to go to Trader Joe's. I want to get some wine. I want to get some food. And I just want to go to the park and hang out. Aww. He said, cool.
Aww.
This motherfucker want to stay up till goddamn 6, 7, 8 in the morning.
But first of all,
anyways,
no.
Let's not. It's
not let her finish beans. Let her finish beans.
He stayed up all night. And then
wait, Bree. So this after he told you, okay, yeah, we'll wake up early and go to the park. He still deliberately stayed up
night playing the game on a tray. Talking to something I'm already up and up at 4 o'clock. I know. So he stayed up. So I got up. I let the dog out.
Playing the games with niggas instead of waking up early.
I know. So I got up. I let the dog out. I let the dog eat and all those things. And I even took the dog out of here because I know that he stayed up late. He didn't even come to bed. He slept on the sofa.
So you were still being courtesy to let him sleep? He slept on the sofa. And I took the dog out of the way. He didn't even come to bed?
He didn't. That's how I know.
He didn't even come to bed?
Whenever Aaron stays up really, really late, he falls asleep on the sofa.
Didn't.
So I took the dog out of here, me and the dog.
On that sofa right there. That sofa right there. He just fell asleep there.
So I took the dog in the room. And I think it was maybe 10:30, and I was like, oh, okay, he's still asleep. He probably just fell asleep. And 11:30 rolled around. I said, okay, he's still asleep. He's tired. We'll figure it out.
Wait, so you don't even bother him and be like,
no,
wake up,
I didn't. I just let him sleep his little 2-3 hours.
Wow. I know it wasn't even that long. Get the fuck out of here. I probably woke up at 11:30. Wow. I woke up at 11:30.
I don't know what happened. Something happened. I was just like, yeah, I wanted to get up early and go to the park. Oh, no, he said, well, we're going to go to the park at this time. We could have just went yesterday. I said, well, excuse me. I tried to let you sleep. It's 3:00 at this point. Yeah, I'm ready to go to the park. We go to Trader Joe's, get what we need. We finally park or whatever. Nope. We go to Trader. Then we go to Smoothie King because he wanted to get a smoothie. It's Friday, so he wanted the $5 smoothies. Okay, cool, whatever. Give me a big one too.
Yes, sir.
So he got the smoothies. Then we went in park, and we're walking, and I was just like, "Where do you want to sit?" It don't matter, you pick. And I was just like, okay, like it's trees, it's shade, it's people over here. Where do you want to sit? It don't matter, you pick.
And I said, no.
Okay, I said,
part.
we can go sit over here.
I said, it don't matter, but not by a bunch of people.
It's people over there. I don't want to sit over there. It's people over there.
My nigga,
I said, okay, well, you choose.
I'll let you talk enough in line.
He said, it don't have to be no fucking executive decision. It don't have to be no group decision when we go and find somewhere to sit. So I just had my little bag and I had the dog and I just kept walking and I was upset. And he said, where are you going? I said, to get away from you.
So, first of all, that's not what happened.
With the dog in the bag.
That's not what happened. We're walking across the park. All the other shit is true.
To get away from
When we were walking across the park, she said, where you want to sit? I said, I don't care, but I don't want to be by a bunch of people. Like, nigga, it's still the Rona. I'm not trying to be by a bunch of fucking people. So she like, oh, let's go sit over there. Nigga, it's the only spot in the whole park where there's any people. Everywhere else is wide the fuck open.
There are trees.
And no,
and there are
Drew,
places to sit
the
in
one
between
spot
people.
she picked that said, oh, let's sit right there. Nigga, there's no trees. There's no shade. I'm like, why the fuck would you pick right there? And you said you want shade. That don't even make any sense. So we're still walking. She got an attitude. I'm like, she like, where do you...
Wait, but whenever she initially asked you, where do you want to sit, you said it doesn't matter.
I said it doesn't matter, but I don't want to be by a bunch of people.
He didn't say that part.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I said, I don't want to be by a bunch of people. And the first spot she picked is right smack ass in the middle of everyone else that's in the park. I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. And then she's like, oh, well, where do you want to sit? I'm like, not by a bunch of people. Everything don't gotta be a big fucking group discussion. Just fucking make a decision.
I was upset, so I said, I'm just gonna walk. And I just found somewhere to sit.
To get away from you.
That's how I knew I was upset, because I ain't never said no shit like that to Aaron. I was just like, where are you
and
going?
And the whole time I was in the back laughing. I was like, look at her goofy ass struggling with this bag. She done walked 4 blocks with this big ass fucking bag on her hand, and I know this shit heavy.
Away from you.
Oh, you made me so upset.
And then she sat there. She said, I'm going to eat my food, and then in 5 minutes, I'm going to let you know if I want to go or not. I said, all right, well, whatever.
That's how I was feeling, because I like to go to the park, and it's supposed to be my, like, peaceful zen moment.
She said,
it's
supposed to be so peaceful. This is the worst experience ever.
I did say this was the worst experience ever for me to go to.
I said, all right, bro, because I said I didn't want to sit there. All right.
Because I asked you initially, where did you want to sit? Because I know that you are more particular than I am. That's why I asked you the first time. If I didn't care for your input, I would have just sat down. So that's why I asked you. Mm-hmm. So tell me. No. Crazy?
No. Okay.
Anyway. That was our weekend. That was a part of our weekend.
But that's funny.
That's why she talking about my weekend was great. I said, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. This was hard.
Because I just overlooked the whole Friday scenario, out of sight, out of mind, because you pissed me off. But we got over it. I did sit there.
I got over it.
I really did.
And I forced her to get over it.
I sulked for a good 45 minutes.
It ain't no we got over it.
For a good 45 minutes to an hour, I was just sitting there upset.
You just gotta sit here. I was listening to my music. Nigga, I played spades and listened to music. I had a good time. She over there upset. I'm chilling. Drank my whole smoothie. I had some salami and crackers. I was straight.
That's the worst one.
Yeah, I was ready to go. Yeah. And then he was just like, well, if I was upset, I would have drank. I said, no, I lost my appetite. I didn't want to eat or drink. I was just sitting here festering. So I was just mad. I was over it. But yeah, I think we should probably do a little white lies.
Yeah, but no, I don't really do it. But, you know, I don't really do it just because I feel like it could potentially lead to some other shit. Like if I white lied this time and I don't remember I white lied about this and you ask me again, then I'd be like, nah, or say the opposite shit, and then you remember, then it's gonna lead some whole other shit. And it's just like, nah, bro, I'm not doing that shit. But you know,
that's fair.
Maybe I'm too honest.
Well, you need to change it. You need to start lying. You need to start lying.
I don't know. I don't.
Straight up.
I don't. I really just.
You need to lie to me, dog. Tell me lies. Tell me lies. Do it like the lady. Throw my time on.
I don't. I can't think of any white lies recently. No. Maybe I don't know. I guess I don't know if it'll help or hurt it.
I guess I'm the only one then.
No, I just can't think of anything right now that I just gave a white. What did you ask me to do? And I don't know. No, I can't think of anything. I don't do it often. I guess. But so
no, that's it.
How do y'all? Do you feel like your partner and how they handle money is different from you, or do you feel like is that a big thing? Like how does your partner handle money differ from how you handle money?
It's different.
And how do you get to a common ground?
We ain't there. I feel like this is gonna be interesting because I feel like this is gonna be interesting because you guys seemingly have gotten to the place where you kind of have like an understanding, and we don't have that yet. So this is gonna come from both sides, I guess.
Understanding.
Not to say that you guys have it perfect, but so for instance, this fool. Let me just tell you,
I am not a fool.
So let me tell you this.
Oh my God.
Let me tell you this.
My partner.
Am I allowed to say this? They know you don't work no more. Can I?
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so she on June 30th will be getting her last paycheck because she's not a teacher anymore, right?
Ooh,
So
tears.
I say, hey,
Exactly.
I say, hey, since you know that you're getting your last paycheck, you probably shouldn't just be trying to buy just random shit that you don't need. You need to be saving the money because you don't know where your other paychecks are coming from, correct? So that's what I'm saying. So that sounds logical, right?
Yeah, you see, Amber's
so
like,
that sounds logical, right? She's like, oh no, I want to go ahead and buy everything now while I do have money.
It makes sense.
I'm like, that doesn't even make any sense. The money is not going to be there anymore after you spend it. This fool told me, I want to go buy some bar stools. You got 2 bar stools that you don't fucking use now. Yeah, one might be broken, but you don't use them. Why do you need to buy new bar stools for $250 each?
They're broken.
For
they don't have to be
$250
each.
Why do you need to buy more bar stools?
They don't have to be $250 a piece. We just happen to be in that one store, and some that I liked happen to be $250.
These are perfect.
I wasn't
but it's just like in general, you're buying things that aren't necessities when you know very shortly you're not gonna have regular income coming in. You should be saving that money. You don't need to just be buying random shit, going to stores, just coming back with man. It doesn't make any sense. That makes no sense at all.
Nah,
and you know out loud it don't make no sense.
No, I feel like we're all different. I feel as though at this point I'm also thinking like, okay, I have X amount of checks coming until...
You have 1 check left.
I have 2. Mind your business.
What's today's date?
See, they be trying to withhold it.
Today's date?
The 14th.
What's today? Sunday? So the 13th, 20th? I thought you said you got... See, now you lied because you said you get paid every 2 weeks.
I do, but my last check will also come on the 30th.
Regardless.
Mind your business. So watch my checks.
So are you saying that's regardless?
Huh?
So how's it every 2 weeks?
I get paid. Go ahead. I get paid every 2 weeks. If I did not quit my job, my next check, even though we don't know what education will look like, will still come that following week.
Okay, go ahead. Whatever. Proceed.
So the way I see it is, I don't know when I'm going to get the same amount of money the next time around. So let me just get the things that I need now and be done with it. Instead of just being like, oh my gosh, do I want to have groceries and blah, 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 or do I want to pay for this when I'm in a space now where it's like, I can have both. Fuck it. Move on. Because it's not like I'm not saving my money. I think you only see me spending the money. I don't think you see how much money I'm saving. I don't think you know how much...
you just told me to mind my business. How the fuck would I see that?
That's fine too. But I also don't think you know like how much money I have saved. I think a lot of even I have these conversations with my parents. My parents are like, do you really want to quit your job? And it's just like, bro, y'all fail to realize that I've now been in Atlanta for almost 2 years. I had no intentions on being in Atlanta for 2 years. I moved back to Atlanta from Oakland because I did not want to work. So I've been here for 2 years working, knowing that I did not want to work. I was in Oakland for 2 years working, knowing that I did not want to work. So I literally have been saving money for the last 4 years. I'm okay. So if I want to go fucking buy $500 bar stools, buy groceries, and go fucking get Uber Eats, I'm okay. But I just also think that's just a difference because me and you have never really broken down finances. But I think me and you are very similar in a space where a lot of people don't have savings. A lot of people don't have a cushion that will allow them for in instance my case, if I want to take the next 6 months off and do nothing, my bills will be paid. I'm still going to eat. My dog is going to be taken care of. I'm going to be taken care of and I'll be fine. Everybody can't do that. But it's just like, this is not something that's new. This is something that literally has been in the works for me for the last fucking 4 years.
See, so, and then, like, my whole thing with, like, like, how she said I can spend $500 on bar stools and shit. I'm just like, all right, you got a business you're trying to go. Why not put that $500 into that? You don't need fucking bar stools. Like, if you're going to spend the money, put it to something that is going to have some return. Those bar stools are going to have no fucking return.
I mean, I definitely understand
that's
what
like more
you're
that's
saying,
more of my part that time.
But I think that's also the difference between you and I, because you're just like, put your money in something that's going to make you money. I definitely understand that, but you also have to understand me. I spend a lot of time at home. My home needs to be comfortable. Look how long it took me to get that stuff out that second room.
You don't even sit in the bar stools.
Because one of them's broken and they don't match the furniture.
You need 2 bar stools to sit in?
Yes.
And they don't match
everything in my living room is white, black, and gray.
This is what I'm talking about, bro.
The bar stools are like this, like, cherry wood brown and dark brown leather. They don't match. It was something that was gifted to me because in the moment it's like, okay, you don't have anything, take it. Cool, whatever. I'll take them, I'll use them. But I'm at a point now where it's like, I want my apartment to flow. I want new bar stools. This is not something new to me at all.
It's not new, but you ain't do it before you do. You're gonna quit your job.
I'm not a person that hunts for things, because when I hunt for things or like things that I want to buy, I can never fucking find it. I'm a person who wanders, and when I find shit, that's when I buy it. It took me a very long time to get my living room together.
And I go another year without those bar stools.
And I still feel as though my living room is still not together.
But the thing is, y'all, it's still good that y'all even have those conversations. Don't even talk about it. Like, because I remember, we were kind of different too on when it comes to our money habits too. I would say, like, where I'm like a worrier, where I just worry a lot about money, and she's like, it's fine type of thing. But we kind of like. I say like, cause even before coronavirus and shit came around, we was like, okay, this year we got a saving goal and we were like, once we hit that, we'll take trips, and we were like, we're not even gonna go take a trip to Atlanta or nothing until we reach that amount, and we kind of of course we have to stick to it now because we can't go anywhere, but now like you said, it's kind of now
Drew is he was kind of obsessively worrying about money versus like for me. I always feel like, I've had it and I've been able to get it.
But I think that's part of that comes from upbringings, because if I don't have it, I have nobody to fall back on. I can't call nobody. I can't do. It's no like.
That's not the case, though. That's not the case. That's not the case. I've always been able to make sure things are taken care of without calling my mom and my dad. So that's not the case. I just know that I've always made a way before.
I see both sides now.
For me, the thing is the fact of whenever like what I almost put in the discussion is like the fact of like whenever you hustle, like working 9 to 5 is a hustle. It's a bad hustle, but not even a bad hustle if you hustle it right. It's a hustle. But whenever you working and you spending and you're not putting money up, it's like you'll be working forever. Mm-hmm. So I think my main thing was like, okay, well, let's put up this bread and continue so you can see how it is whenever you're working, and then you put up the chicken too, if that makes sense. Did that make sense to you?
Working and saving.
Yeah, like working and putting up or saying.
But Drew didn't understand that I was saving. He just thought that I was just spending my money. He had never known.
You weren't saving at the rate you saved this year ever before.
I was saving.
I'm talking about the rate that you saved
because
this year.
I made more money than I did.
I think it's that, and then also honestly, like with the virus, I think a lot of people who are still getting like their consistent checks are able to save more money. Because even like for me personally, I'm just like, shit, I still got money in my account. My whole check is pretty much still in my like account, but it's because I literally can't go anywhere. But I know for me, I spend money on food. He don't like to eat in the same capacity that I like to eat. So I think like when I think about finances, that's where him and I vary drastically. Aaron don't like to buy groceries because he doesn't feel as though grocery shopping, cooking, preparing, all that stuff equals out to the amount of money that you spend where he can just go buy something to eat. Okay, cool. I'd rather have real food in the house, but I also know for me, I normally cook let's say Sunday through Thursday is when I would eat in the house. I eat out Friday, Saturday, Sunday during the day. That's what I'm used to. So he's just like, why do you want to do this? Why do you want to do that? When you want to eat out, you want to spend $60. And it's just like, bro, I literally have been sitting in the house eating my own cooking, and if I want to go spend $60 on the weekend on food, I should be able to do that.
No, you said on the weekend. You mean
or if I want to go spend $60 on one meal, I should be able to do that because I feel as though I work hard.
Sure, you can.
My money is my money. I don't have any children. And I save my own money.
And that's the mindset right there that gets you into shit.
Because I don't have any children?
No, because I work hard. I deserve it, so I'm gonna spend it. I deserve to spend this money. That's where you fuck up.
But you also fail to realize that I've also saved my money.
No,
I'm a person that when I know that
we're not gonna. Okay, you're right. I'm wrong. Go ahead.
When I get paid, I gotta move my money instantly when I get paid. If not, I'm going to spend it. So the moment that I get paid, money shoots off to different accounts, and whatever is left, and like my bills have been paid. Okay, that's money to play with. And if I want to go and buy a fucking $30 cactus, you can blink your eyes at me twice, but I'm still going to buy my goddamn $30 cactus because that's something that brings me joy. If I want to go and spend like $60 on a meal because I like to eat and it's good food, I should be able to spend $60 on a meal. But I feel like the difference is, it's no difference if him and I were to go out to eat. If I want to spend $60 on a meal, I have no issue with you also feeling as though you want to spend $60 on the meal because I feel as though I would cover you, and I really feel as though you would cover me too.
Yeah, I mean, I would like it, but I would do it.
Yeah. The part that kind of changed it for me, and I even had me and Amber watch this video too, was like how it was saying, but like how it was this shit called, they had this thing called FIRE. Where like people be retiring in their mid-30s and shit like that. And they were like, if you really break it down, like if you, like everybody likes to do these things. It was like, if you put off doing those things for 10 years, like you said, if you save now at the amount of how we live, we live super duper comfortable lives. If you really look at it, like we get a lot of what we want. But if you said, okay, for 10 years, I'm going to do without that. Say if you're making $200,000 a year and you say, I'm going to live off of $50,000 a year. For 10 years, by the time you can retire early, you can get to enjoy everything without having to go into work, without being overly stressed. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like
you don't
by doing
as many bills.
The thing is, you do without. So then, like down the road, and not down the road being in your 60s, like how the system wants it to be, you retire at 60. You get to really enjoy all
your
those
whole
things
like stay at home shit. You can stay at home if shit.
Like how
you can afford to not work ever. Sure.
Yeah, ever. And it's like you temporarily sacrifice, say, like a lot of those people on the FIRE thing, if you look up on YouTube, they might, like from their 20s, they be retiring at 33 years old because they go to school, they end up making like $140,000, $200,000, but they live off of like $50,000 a year for 10 years. Like for 10 years, and then next thing you know, they're like,
but maybe that's
they
the problem.
retire early. You really enjoy it.
I think that's the problem.
Do those people look like you and I?
I think that's the problem.
Hold on.
Some of them do. Some do, but a lot of them, most of them are white. But the thing is, that's the problem, like how you said it, because we all want we want instant gratification. Oh, I worked hard 2 weeks. Oh, and this is one of Amber's favorite things is I worked hard, so I want to go do this. And it's like, you work hard to go do that, but it's like, you're going to be working forever. It's backwards hustling. Like how I said, you working
but
and you're spending.
I will say this about the couples that were on there. Like, it was the wife, she was hesitant on doing it.
Yeah, she was hesitant
She was very hesitant on doing it because because
women like to spend.
She's lived a certain lifestyle her entire life, and her husband was coming to her with this plan, and she was kind of hesitant on doing it because she
was used to certain shit.
She was going to be giving up, I guess, some of what she found was happy, like the school her child went to. Like they completely moved cities.
They were living like in Miami or some shit, or
moved
LA.
Cities, like she left her friends, she left her family, she left her
downgraded their whole life.
So she was hesitant on it because I feel like, her having a child, the school system, all these other things, she felt like she was kind of compromising and sacrificing, but she had a harder time adjusting than the man did, definitely, for sure.
But
like she wasn't gung ho about it at all, but she, that was her partner. She, and it was for the betterment of their family. So she did sacrifice. I don't know if they still together, but they did. They did sacrifice a lot.
Because you look into the future.
But it's not easy. It's not easy.
Imagine giving up
because they had a lifestyle. They both had.
Because let's just say on an average weekend, you going out, drinks, all this kind of shit. Let's just say you spend $200, right? In 1 month, that's $800. In 1 year, that's $9,600 a year on just random shit. Imagine if you just said, all right, I'm not going to do this. For 2 years, 3 years, just say 3 years,
20,
right?
That's 100.
You would have
What's 96
27, almost 30K.
30,000.
Almost 30K.
Basically. Yeah.
For instance, if you wanted the new car that you say you want, in 3 years you could buy it cash. You won't have no bill. No bill at all. Let's just even this shit like that. But if you look even further than that, it's like, all right, it's even more money. And now you can buy a house cash. You don't ever have a mortgage.
Me and Amber looked at that last year. We were like, damn. Because we took some little trips and not even a lot of trips. And we were like, we probably literally
that
spent
shit's
like
expensive. It's like nickel and diming adds up.
On trips. It's like,
at the time, it don't seem like it. But when you
add
even
it up,
when I say like traveling is cheap,
Mexico
I feel like it's cheap until I literally sit there and be like, all right, I got this flight for free. But then I sit there and add all that shit up. I've spent well over probably $20,000, $30,000 traveling easily, and I'm flying for free. That shit don't even count flights. Like,
I don't know.
All
I
that
guess
shit's expensive.
Where I like kind of fall on it is it's this weird space where it's like I'm young, I don't have no kids, experience life, see the world, eat different foods, have these different experiences, meet people, versus like save your pennies, stay at home, you're young, build like into your future. And it's just like, do I want it's really, it kind of boils down, do I want to reap my benefits now or later?
So can I tell you something? Go ahead.
And the thing is okay, and that goes exactly to like the same conversation I had with myself, because like I don't know if I said on the podcast, but I had traded in my car and everything, because you got to look like how we talked about in the live podcast, how if you gave each black family $25,000, right? So yeah, I can say, I want to live this big lit life, but it's like Jay-Z said in his song, fuck living rich and dying broke. For me to have generational wealth, even if I don't get to have the nicest car ever, even if I don't get to live in the biggest house, if I'm leaving behind properties for my kids and I'm leaving behind trust funds for my daughter and my sons, I'll go down in history of my family. They're going to be like, remember those 2 properties that our great-grandfather Andrew left us? And like now, how I am now, I feel like to me, it means more than me having the newest type of clothes and the newest type of shit. Is creating like a generational like foundation. Because that's a lot of those white people's ancestors and shit like that. Those kids who be trust fund babies, they parents probably didn't even really enjoy a lot of it, but then they go around getting the Ferraris and all that because somebody in their family had to sacrifice and say, you know what, I'm gonna be the one who's gonna change this shit in my family. Fuck, my kids may not spend it or invest it properly, but I'm leaving behind to do the right thing. Some shit. Huh? Yeah, exactly, to give them the opportunity, because we didn't have that. We grew up with bare minimum. So I don't want to leave, but I'm willing to sacrifice. And it won't even be sacrificing my whole life, because if you really stick to these type of plans they have on that fire shit, 15 years of that, you'll have so much, like you said, with the simple thing of the drinks every weekend. That's $10,000 a year. You do that for 15 years. But
just think about it. Just like, okay, so if you're not experiencing that simple joy, if you're a person who likes to go out and get drinks, what do you do to compensate that for some sort of happiness or joy?
You do it, and they have, you have to look, y'all have to look it up, please. It was one, you have to buy it on YouTube. I think it was like $4, but the one video was fire. But it was just showing you basically like how y'all did at the park. You like to go get drinks, or you like, and it's better. That's why they have like fire communities, because when you have a community of people that's on the same page, instead of going out to, because as we all know, drinks are super overpriced. If y'all all go pitching on a bottle, if you have a group of other black young couples who are trying to do the same thing, it makes it way easier, because we live in societies, especially black people, where everybody feel, I have to go to brunch and spend and do this. I have to go to the club. I need to be driving this. And it's like, it almost makes everybody have to do it. But like you said, you like to just go out and have a drink. But in the society we live in, go out, have a drink turns into a $90 bill, where if you're in a community of all these frugal people, it ends up being super cheap, if that makes sense. Yeah. Like the cheap version of everything. Like that shit is, it can advance generations by just doing that, I think.
I come from the side of personally, kind of, I've been there and done that, and I know like all that shit is just like temporary because then you put yourself back in a position where you got to continue to work to make the money anyway. So I've been all over the world. I've had all the clothes, all the shoes. Like, I've been in the club with all the sections, being able to buy whatever I want. I've had the cars I want, all this kind of shit. And it's just like, all right, this shit is cool.
It ain't worth.
But it's just like, all right, I look back and be like, damn, how much further would I have been if I took that money that I was just fucking off and just like really fucking like invested it in some shit that had a return, and I could like, I'd be honestly, if we're being honest, just based on the amount of money that I've literally had come through in and out of my hands, I probably would be fucking done right now if I was smart. I would be fucking done literally
retired.
Right now.
Right, retired.
I have literally blown through fucking money. Like
comes through experiences.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, so this is what it comes from. Like one of your parents, when it's just like when they try to teach you shit, but you don't listen. I'm not saying I'm a parent,
but you have to.
I understand that, but you don't always have to. That's you being hard headed. If you just listen, you don't have to learn the hard way.
But I don't think that's me being hard headed, because it's like, why is it that you're able to experience the travel aspect when that's something that I want to do? Why is it that you're able to experience the nice cars or the nice clothes, and that's something that I necessarily have not had to your same capacity, but that's something that I want to experience? But you're literally like saying like, no, don't do it, invest the money in your future. And it's just like, I literally have been working for the last 10 years, and it's like I want to see it. And I think I've said this to you before,
and
I don't want to,
I'm not gonna lie, we did it.
Shade you by any means by me saying this, but it's like, you grew up a lot quicker than what I did, and that's really what it is. Like, even though
I don't debate
there's what, 2 years in between us, you still experienced a lot of shit before I did. So it's like, when I want to do those little things, it's like, have a little empathy for me.
It's like I do, but at the same time, like that's what I was saying. Like, I understand completely how you would like want to experience it. But me having experienced it and knowing like, all right, you're going to be like cool with that shit in the moment. And then after the fact, you can be like, later on, maybe you might not even realize it that soon. I realized it sooner because I knew that's not what I wanted to do. But later on, you can realize like, damn, if I wasn't like fucking off all this time and money doing this other shit, I could have been super straight. Like, imagine like Drew knows, because Drew knows I would like let Drew know like, oh, I got this amount of bread like on hand, like yada yada yada. So Drew would know.
Yes.
If I didn't do this, a lot of the shit that I did, and I just like bought property and shit, like there's been plenty of like a few different occasions where, for instance, like I've had $25,000-$30,000 on hand. And slowly but surely, nickel and diamond, taking a trip here, buying these shoes, buying this bottle, going to the club, doing this, and this. That shit dwindles down, and it ends up being like, all right, well, now I got to start back all over, do it again. But if I would have took that fucking money and put 20 down on a house or some shit, I probably would have had one, two, three properties paid off already. Mm-hmm. And now it's like, oh shit, I really don't have to do shit now. Period.
But the thing is, Beans, and this is why because we had that same type of thing where, like I'll be like, come on. I was like, oh, it's not that important to do this, or trust me, boom. But then you have to come to the thing, like how you said, when you have the compassion to be like, my mother, there's a lot of things that my mother even told me, like, oh, don't do this. But I'm like school is, like, high school is only 4 years of your life, Andrew. Just sit down in class. And I'm like, nigga, like, this shit is life to me right now. And it's always different in hindsight. But it goes back to like what we said on the last podcast, how we felt everybody had to go through a quote-unquote whole phase. Like, you have to go through that to be like, okay, now I'm ready. I see what I want. So, like, with me and Amber, how it was like, okay, cool. I understand it. It makes sense. So, like, the first 2 years and a half, I'm like, I was still on it a little bit because it was hard for me to even be spending money. But it was like, okay, I'll sacrifice that 2 years. But then I like, at a certain point, I was like, okay, Amber, now we've been 2 years in it. I was like,
no, you were challenging me on. I know.
Yeah, I did challenge you a lot.
Everything.
But it was, but I still wasn't.
Like when I wanted to go, when I wanted to travel with my friends, and I had never done that.
But you're not letting me finish. You gotta let me finish. It was, but the thing is, what she thought was me really challenging her was not what I really wanted to say. Like the beginning of this year, it was a no nonsense. I was like, we're not going nowhere until this amount of goal is set, or we can just like it was a non-negotiable at that point. It was like, Amber, we're not going nowhere at all until we set this amount. Period. Like that was just what it was. Before I was still questioning her.
And it wasn't him. I want to rephrase what you just said because we came to an agreement. We came to a plan together. It wasn't him telling me shit.
I hate how women get caught up on that shit like that.
It was a mutual understanding.
You feel the need to set it straight because you don't want to look a certain way or anything. I
have to because the thing about it is I will hear shit about that like later. Like people I've had disagreements with my friends before where they felt like Drew is controlling. Like even a family member has said it before where they feel like Drew is controlling my decisions and controlling what I do. And I've had conversations with them like, no, this is a mutual.
But I guess, but no. I definitely I do understand it because the thing is, if it was something that was mutual,
I want to clear that up because I don't want people misinterpreting us.
Instead of saying like I made this decision.
But there's nothing wrong with Drew.
No.
With even if
there's something wrong with that.
You guys even let me finish what I was saying. Just saying there is something wrong with it. Nobody even let me explain what I was saying. But it's cool. Y'all go ahead. Y'all have y'all conversation.
I mean, nobody let me finish what I was saying. I can't finish what I was saying. I was talking. I want to finish what I was saying. Because I mean, I that's why I want to clear that up. Like. Any decision that's been made, I want people to know that this is a mutual understanding. This is a mutual thing. It wasn't him, like badgering me and manipulating me. No, that's not the case. We came to a mutual understanding. We planned this together. That's why I want to say that because I feel like, especially when we intend on becoming one, we have family and friends that are going to intermingle. I don't want anybody interpreting us the wrong way or feeling something like that he's not. Drew is this way. I want to clean that up. Anything that we come to terms with and agree on, it is a mutual decision.
And thank you for being so nice and sweet because for me it really doesn't matter how anybody interprets.
It's not, but it's something that she would have.
I just feel like she would have to
defend.
She
would have to defend and explain.
But you don't have to do anything.
But y'all say that.
No,
but you cannot say that just because you feel that way. Does not mean no, Aaron.
I can only speak for myself.
You can't be that way.
I don't give a fuck what.
Listen, be quiet. Take yourself out of it.
I'm just letting you know how I feel about it.
You need to take yourself out of it and be more empathetic as to how your partner will be met. To either those that she care about, those that she respect and respect her. If she feels as though they're just like, well, why you let him do this to you or why you let him do da-da-da, that's not something that she feels the need to defend if behind closed doors is something that's mutual. So don't say that you don't care. Just be like, this is how I feel about it, but I also understand where I need to kind of project to the world that it's mutual.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like that's the thing.
I agree with how you said.
I care.
And I agree with how you said about
dismissive of my feelings.
The reason, and I agree with how you said I should have verbalized it and said it that way. The reason why I said it, because if I normally talk about it, I say, me and Amber came to the conclusion of this. The reason why I verbalized it so anybody watching it because I was telling her this is because the question was brought up of where do you and your partners disagree on. So that was a thing in a point of our relationship where we disagreed on that. So I wanted to put the emphasis on I stood my ground to say, okay, we weren't going to do this year. So it wasn't to say,
I think that's more so of my point.
Like when you guys are coming to that was just a point.
I want to bring it back. I want to bring it back to like earlier on, like what to Bree's point where she was saying that Aaron grew up a lot quicker than her. Drew grew up a lot quicker than me as far as his experiences. So I felt like he didn't really care about me experiencing anything because he had already done those things. Like I wanted to go on a trip with my friends out of the country, what he has done countless times before. And he didn't understand like, Amber, that's going to cost this. Amber, this is going to do that, this and that, third. But you had the chance to do it. So I feel like why aren't you giving me that same respect of like, oh, she ain't ever did it before. Oh, this is something that she really wants to do. This is an experience for her that she hasn't had. So, okay, we disagreed on that. We disagreed on it and I did it and I wouldn't take back doing it at all because it was an experience that I love. I cherish, the memory I'll have for the rest of my life. But I feel like he wasn't as compassionate towards new things that I wanted to do because he had already done them. So he was like, it's a waste of money. But you've done all those things. You can't tell me
it wasn't a waste of money.
It wasn't a waste of money for me.
So I think that's also the difference. And even though if something may boil down, but if something may boil down to a waste of money to you, that does not mean that it's still going to boil down to a waste of money to her.
I rolled down a hill on my bicycle and fucking broke my arm. I didn't think it was a bad idea at the time, but after the fact, it's a fucking terrible idea. Like, there's nothing wrong with Drew. There's nothing wrong with being at two different points. I won't even say. And I'm saying, hey, look, I know that this is wrong, so I'm going to like pick at you a little bit until you understand. Like, all right,
but why?
We should be on this path.
It's wrong that's because not of the money that's being spent.
That's not even a point I'm making.
That's what I'm trying to understand.
No. You're not listening, so you're not trying to understand. Stop talking while I'm talking if you want to understand.
Okay.
What I'm saying is there's nothing wrong with somebody being further ahead than you in a certain point and them trying to put that into you. That's not controlling or anything. That's them trying to get you on the same page. It's okay for them to be at a certain point in a book and then letting you and picking at you until you catch up.
We're talking about in the terms of finances.
That's what. Okay.
You're talking about in terms of finances.
I'm done.
Just because that's something that you spent money on.
I am done.
Okay, that's fine. You be done. But I'm still gonna talk. Just because that's something that you've spent money on and that you saw at the end of the day, oh, that was a waste, does not mean that your partner or your friends or whomever are going to spend that same type of money and sees that experience as a waste. She literally just said she appreciates the memories, she likes the experience, and that's not something that she would take back.
That's not what I was talking about. That's why I said.
But we're talking about in terms of finances, man.
And that's what I'm talking about. She was talking about the fact that she doesn't want anybody to look at it like. I was talking about the point she was making where she said Drew was controlling her life. But Drew was saying do this and do this and do this. I was saying there's nothing wrong with Drew being at a different point in different aspects of your life and saying, hey, we should go about doing this until you catch up. That's exactly what you said. You said that people will look at it like Drew's controlling.
No, Aaron, you're misconstruing things.
Aaron's not listening.
When Drew, this was earlier on. This is what I'm saying. Hold on, Amber. This is what I'm saying. Me and Drew disagreed earlier.
He's not listening to you at all. So hold on.
I'm not.
Hold on. Like
you saying it's not going to let me listen.
But Aaron, but this is where you, as a person, you cannot just be able.
I can do that when people contradict themselves.
You always want to shut down when you feel as though somebody either.
I am done. That's what she said. She said that. She said her family and friends said that Drew was controlling her. That's what she said.
Let her speak. Let her give you some type of clarification.
That's what she said.
Stop making the faces and stop shutting down people to listen.
I am finished.
That's not fair.
I'm finished.
That's not fair.
Oh well, I'm done.
You can't do that.
I'm finished.
Okay, well, be done and be quiet.
I'm done.
What I'm trying to say is, okay. Well, what I'm saying is, like, when Drew made the statement, when he was talking as if he was talking like with himself in the center. Like, he was saying that I said we're not doing this, and I said we're not doing that, and I said it's a me thing. And I want him to verbalize that it's not just him, it's us. It's a us thing. So I wanted to clear that up. I wanted to clear it up that earlier on when we were taking trips and doing stuff like that, okay. But when we had came to an agreement at the start of the year that we weren't going to do these things, that's what I wanted to say. I wanted to put that out there. I wanted to put that out there because I have to deal with that. You know, he may not care as much, but I'm a person that feels everything very intensely. So to prevent that backlash or prevent that, you know, ever coming about, I want to make it a point where this was a mutual agreement. This was a mutual understanding. So the way he expressed that was, I did not like, because we came to this agreement together that we were going to save money and we weren't going to take any trips at the start of the year.
Yes,
but prior to then, we did have disagreements, and I did go on that trip, and it didn't make or break anything. But it wasn't about me. I've never felt like I was being controlled because I've always been the type of person to make decisions for myself. So that's kind of where I wanted to bring up the whole people misconstruing things and like I don't have a say or input. Like that's not the case at all. And then
it comes off as though you call the shots.
Could come off that way.
But and I gave the emphasis on why. Okay, just like there's been times
I know, but the context that you use, it comes off very like, well, my opinion doesn't matter, like how you said that. Mm-hmm. So I want you do value my opinion, right?
Of course.
So when you express things in that you have to express it that way.
All right. So like you said, the question was disagreements or how do y'all view money differently?
Yeah.
So that was how we view money differently, and I was pushing for the plan that we have for this year, and we came to the agreement and did that. But for the example of me saying why I was like, okay, yeah, something I stood for is because I think, especially when it comes to things like money, like I was willing to say, okay, yeah. I mean, I was willing and like you said, I pushed the topic, but I never was just like pushing the topic because I understood, okay, yeah. Because in hindsight, going on the trips, I wouldn't say was not a waste to me at all. Like, those are memories, like how you said, I would have forever that would never be able to be taken away at all. So I was like, okay, cool, it's fine.
And I love to be around my friends and family. Like, seeing them, spending that time with them means so much to me. Like, like it means more than the money to me.
Exactly, and that makes sense. So, but I think at any point when it comes to that money type of thing and dealing with people, it's gonna be an ugly conversation, an ugly topic, I think. But at the end, you have to stand firm for whatever it is that you
and
want.
And it's
y'all
harder being away from them.
And y'all come to an agreement. But at some point,
I gotta spend money anytime
I think it's an ugly point. I mean, it's an ugly conversation because money is an ugly thing. And I think, but it has to be had, and y'all come to an agreement. Yeah. And y'all stick to it together. And I
feel like it has to be some people compromise. You got to give.
And
somebody got to take.
Because I have to
somebody
give, and you have to give too.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not easy at all. Because I know when Drew did see how much I was saving, he was shocked. Like, he didn't think I was saving anything at all.
No, remember,
you did act like,
like I said,
you're way ahead.
Since you want to give your disclaimer, I'll give mine also. I did not think that, but as you know, and as I know, this year has probably been the most you saved because of the goal and because of the goal we had set, because we wouldn't have spent.
But I had met my goal before COVID hit.
The goal, see, it's not yours or my goal; it's a together goal.
Okay. Well, I had met the goal that we had established. Didn't hit the goal. We don't have a shared account, so when I'm working and I'm putting money and I'm saving the money and I'm putting it in an account, then that's how I see it. Like, I'm saving. I'm able to save. Like, that's just how I'm seeing it. I'm putting this money up.
Yeah. All right.
But I feel like in my mind, I know what I have money for when I have money for leisure and what I have for savings. So I feel like in order for me to be happy, in order for me to feel mentally secure, there are certain things that I feel like I have to spend my money on to feel myself, because when I don't, I'm not myself.
I feel like you don't want to be miserable, but also, I feel as though your base
conditioning that I have,
covered, like, you've saved your money, and if you want to go and spend X amount of dollars on yourself, fine. It's not like you're taking away from your goals as a unit. It's not like you're taking away from money from your household and things aren't being paid. Like, if your bases are covered, ain't nobody struggling. Okay, if you want to go buy that little $5 cone of ice cream, go do it.
Yeah, and I agree with that. But my whole thing is just once there's a goal in place and there's like a map of how we're gonna get there, and okay, this is what we want to have here. This is what we want to have at this point. Then, like you said, like even at the beginning of the year, what we came to the agreement was, okay, we're not going to take no trips until we save this amount. And we were like, once we save this amount, I was like, you can go anywhere you want to go. You can go to freaking wherever you want to go. But once we get on the same wavelength and we get this goal type of thing. I think, money is just an ugly thing, and because people see money so differently, but it has to come to both parties have to come to agreement. Both people are going to have to give up something, especially when people are in different stages of life, and somebody might want to still experience certain things and this person might not. You just got to come to the agreement, both give up, both see each other's views and rock it. But everything, once again, to side bone off of what you had said, everything is an in-house thing. Like, it ain't, nobody has to be in on that. Nobody has to
know your inner workings of it.
Nobody,
but I mean, you can't say don't worry about outside when you have somebody who is affected by outside. So it's just like you can keep things in house, but you also have to be mindful.
I feel like you just
gotta be mindful. That's all. I'm gonna use that topic next week. That's my topic next week.
Well, I mean, I feel like you gotta know the type of person you're with. If you're with a person who feels everything intensely, who piggybacks off of the emotions or vibes or auras of others, then you have to be understanding that this person isn't gonna interpret things or be able to take things to the same capacity that you do. It's just different.
I'm gonna save my response for next week.
It's just different, and it's a sense of compassion, that empathy that you have, understanding that.
I'm gonna save my topic for next week. I mean that topic for next week. My response for that one.
I don't even know. I didn't know it was a question, but okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it my question.
Okay, I don't know. I don't understand how that would work, but we'll see how it works.
Should outside people's opinions on your relationship matter affect your relationship? That's gonna be the topic.
That's how you open.
You shouldn't even put the words.
Open it up. Just come on back.
I feel like it's levels to that. Like, I don't give a fuck about what a stranger thinks or whatever.
Next week.
Next
week's episode.
Next time.
It's levels to it.
Next week's episode.
That's what I heard.
But you know that, but you don't know Friday.
Next week's episode.
I can't help.
Cut, you guys. Great episode, you guys.
I can't help my
episode, you
I
guys.
can't help how I'm chemically balanced.
Great episode, you guys.
Drew
great
is
episode, you guys.
a robot. Doesn't give a fuck about anything.
Like, comment, subscribe.